following stream contains mature language and themes. Subjects that may be disturbing to some individuals will arise. Viewer discretion is advised.
I've lost my Bible. Where'd the Bible? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Good evening, everyone. So you've come to speak with your boy Twitch yet again on this cold winter night. Have you ever been down to the Bean? I've heard that it distorts your reflection. Now, I don't understand that because when I go there, I look perfectly normal. Well, as normal as I get. I also heard that nearby there this morning, a tree split in half and formed an arch, and several people walked through. I wonder, is David Blaine there, or some other person pulling an illusion? Interesting. Huh. I also heard there was a bit of a scuffle last night. It seems a bunch of 3-foot-tall men in army fatigues stole some high-powered hunting rifles. Now, I'm not quite sure what a 3-foot-tall individual will do with a hunting rifle. Well, I guess they're going to hunt. I'm not sure what they're going to hunt with a hunting rifle. But I did hear one of them mention knowing is half the battle and Yo Joe. Odd. Very odd. Well, you know, any way you look at it, watch out for any assistants named Alyssa. From what I've been told, they're just straight up cut a bitch. Now, seems like a waste of blood to me, but generally they seem to get inside your head. Remember, let those you know, those you love, know you love them, especially in these dark times. Feeling alone and separated can lead you into dark places, like this alley. Let your friends and family know you care. Before they're gone. Those are words to live by. From your boy Twitch. We'll be talking. And my robe. And the words, Brother Twitch. Where did Brother Twitch go? Where did he go?
Good evening. Welcome to the Onyx Path Twitch channel. We are Haunted Chronicles, and this is Stuffed, Chapter 10. Glad to have you here. Keep in mind, if you're interested in the works published by Onyx Path, Mage 20th Victorian Mage, is still in its fundraiser over on Indiegogo, and it is into stretch goals and doing a great job. So definitely look into that. And I think we're ready. Anybody got any announcements? All right. Where we left off last week, the cell had just reassembled with Warren in tow, and they were invited back into the warehouse by Mr. Stupico. Although he wasn't talking like he did before, he was talking more like Alyssa, the Cabbage Patch doll. As they walked in, the layout of the inside of the warehouse had changed somewhat. Instead of a singular table at the end of the room, there was now a podium and some chairs. In fact, it looked a lot like the setup of a courtroom. And lining the sides were the stuffed. 100 maybe? Stuffed of animals, stuffed dolls, figurines of all makes and styles. The cell was in tow of their council, a bear named Ruxpin. And he leads them down to the table. Stupico has taken the main seat at the top. Lovey sits on the bench next to Stupico. Come on in, take a seat.
I head in and take a seat.
Yeah. Some sort of sham trial here. Huh?
Well, that's a little rude.
Apologies.
Don't you think so? What? Yes, Lovey? You are usually not this rude, Lovey says. Why are you acting this way here?
You're right, excuse me. You'll pardon us. Most of us are, or actually all of us are, totally unaware of what this might be for. If you want to elucidate us.
All will be made clear. Basically, we've discovered that you consider there to be a rift between your kind, and I don't mean this derogatory, fleshies, as we call you, and the real people. And she points around at everyone in here. And we tried to find the best type of situation that we could discuss the situation, and we felt that the way your people do this is a courtroom where you bring out the truth. So we thought this would be good. So Mr. Ruxpin volunteered to be your counsel. And where's Joey? And as he says this, a 5-foot stuffed kangaroo comes around the edge and walks over to the prosecution table. Well, more hops over.
Right. Are we being charged with anything, or is this more of a public forum?
Should you be charged with anything?
I should hope not.
I mean, obviously, on our side, we have Mr. Stupico, who is, by his own admission, guilty of 2 murders. And I will tell you, there's great remorse. He feels it right in here.
Yeah.
May I ask, would you remove his... I would like to see you, Alyssa, rather than...
I'm afraid that's no longer possible.
Oh?
No, things were going in a bad direction and we had to make a change.
Bad
Would you,
direction.
would you enlighten us on what that means?
Mistress Topeka was going down a route that was not the best interest for our kind, and so I stepped in to take a leadership role.
Oh, I understand. I meant, how did you end up inside Mr. Stopico?
That's a very personal question, young lady.
Sorry, just
Are
here
you
in...
insinuating something?
No, I'm asking how it happened. I'm sure there's a logical explanation. I mean, I imagine you guys just fused together, you know?
Yeah, or
I
you took his skin off like a psycho and now you're wearing it like a suit.
Oh yeah, but
Just
she
putting
wouldn't.
that out there.
She wouldn't do that, would she? Because that would make her the bad guy, right?
She reaches behind the counter and pulls up an empty shell that you recognize as Alyssa.
Oh,
And she takes it and tosses it to Eddie.
Oh, okay, my mistake. You put your parts inside of him.
well, that's certainly an interesting ability. But regardless, yeah, I guess we do have a lot to discuss.
We would like to understand why you are so dishonest, mean, cruel, and untrustworthy.
Are you referring to us as people or
As a species,
everyone?
but you seem
as
to be a pretty good
species?
example of it.
Unfortunately, every person is different, so I can't speak for everyone on the planet. But if you're asking about the treatment of your kind, I would like to inform you that we were not aware of any sentience within yourselves. And now that you have sentience, we were wanting to find a way to have that properly respected. We've been working very hard, myself, Anthony, Rebecca, Harley, Eddie, Alexander, we've been working very hard to find a place for you in this world and to get this sorted. We don't want anything bad to happen to you. In fact, we've fought against every kind of aspect of that happening. People we've taken for advice have been worried about your actions. And we've been on your side trying to find a place. That's not dishonest. That is true. You can ask Lovey. We've been trying really hard to find a place, and we actually thought we had a solution, and we came here today to speak to it.
She leans over to Lovey. Right. Yes. And Warren suddenly speaks up and says, Lovey, you're right. It was inappropriate. What was sent to you was by one person. I don't know who. What?
What was sent to you, Lovey? I can't understand. Like, I can't.
Remember the text I sent about Bilkins betraying us?
Yeah, I want to know. I want details. What exactly?
The reason Lovey left is because Mr. Bilkins sent Lovey a message saying that no one would love him, which is out of line, false, and actually has caused a divide between us and Mr. Bilkins.
That's not actually what I sent to Lovey.
Then what did you send, Bilkins?
The kangaroo stands up and yes, that's correct, Joey. We will have that entered into the record. Go ahead.
What I actually sent to Lovey was that you specifically, Penelope, would not love him. I didn't say that no one would ever love Lovey. And in fact, I've always treated Lovey with respect and dignity.
Except when you lied to him and made him run away.
You
That
know it
seems
was a
pretty
lie? Was
cruel.
it a lie?
Yes.
I don't think it was a lie.
Bilkins, just a minute.
Stuffed animals.
Bilkins, Joey's trying to speak. That's a good point, Your Honor. Yeah, you're right, Lovey. Absolutely. And I'm very sorry that happened.
I
Apologies.
hate
We
when you
can't.
don't speak the language.
Oh, sorry, Anthony. Go ahead.
In the interest of clarity, would it be possible for Warren to act as a translator for us? I feel like we're missing a lot of information, and I just want to be sure that we're seeing all sides of this trial.
Well, maybe you should learn to listen instead of talking all the time. You know, listening isn't waiting for your moment to speak. It's hearing the other person, and maybe that's part of your problem.
If I might, when we're listening, we're not hearing anything. It's actually why we made great effort to find a way for Lovey to communicate with us. I mean, we can keep trying, but unfortunately, when some of you speak, we aren't able to hear, but we want to hear. We want to be able to hear you. I know that Warren can hear, apparently, but I don't know if it takes time to learn a language.
Let's just try listening the best we can, I guess.
Harley, Warren taps your hand and places a small pouch into it, and then he looks over at you and goes, and you see there are leaves inside of his mouth.
Cool. I will very quickly go, thank you. Just put some and give it
Your
back
Honor,
to him.
I cannot be accused of being fair, impartial, honest, clean, or sober. But I guess I'm just more in tune emotionally, and I think what Joey said there is a valid point. May I ask a question, since Mr. Bilkins apparently can't hear him? Do you mind if I ask his question? No problem. Go ahead. Mr. Bilkins, do we as humans have the ability to know the thoughts and hearts of others?
You know that we don't.
Then how can you say how Penelope's going to feel about anything?
The evidence.
So it is basically, and he taps you on the shoulder, Harley, and points to the next person in line, kind of making a signal for you to pass it around.
Oh, I thought it was a little secret. Harley will go, oh, sorry. I thought it was just an us thing. And she'll pass it over to Anthony.
So it is your assumption. Now, it may be an educated assumption, Mr. Bilkins. I don't argue that. But you don't know what Penelope would feel or think. You simply stated your opinion of what it would be. Is that correct?
Am I on trial here for something? If I had the opportunity, I could explain my actions. Do I necessarily believe that Penelope would put you in an attic? No, I do not. I needed to test something. I needed to test a theory.
So who all has tried the leaves so far? Bilkins, are you going to try any of it?
I was in the middle of talking.
I'm just checking.
Okay. I'll stick them in, yeah. If it gets to me and everybody can understand, yeah.
I think Eddie had it last, right? So it'd be up to Eddie
if somebody passes it to me, I will take the leaves.
Eddie, what are you going to do?
This is a very interesting decision I have to make. This could be very funny, or fine, I'll give it to him.
We're all very dunking on Bilkins.
All right, mate, but what you're telling me here is that you think that you can say what somebody else believes just because your own thoughts feel that way. And you felt that it was appropriate to do so you could prove your own point?
Who's speaking now?
Joey.
What you're saying has no relevance. I don't necessarily believe the text that I sent. I was performing an experiment, as I said, to see what Lovey's reaction would be when finding out the possibility, there is a distinct possibility that Penelope would put Lovey in an attic. That possibility exists based on historical evidence of humans and their stuffed animals.
Bilkins, that's still cruel. What?
I think
Honor,
the majority of the time, stuffed animals even end up at the dump. Now, when presented with this possibility, what was Lovey's reaction? He ran down to a warehouse without talking or speaking to anyone, and now we come here and we find that Alyssa has taken over Mr. Stepiko's body. Am I getting that wrong?
He ran because he was hurt, Bilkins. People do that.
Might I interject very quickly? The flaw with your experiment is that there is a very big variable that has changed. You're claiming that stuffed animal, something that we once saw as not a sentient being, something created that wasn't aware of its surroundings. This thing does have sentience, it is aware of its surroundings, therefore should be treated as a living being. Following the procedure of living beings aren't often put in attics. They aren't taken to a dumpster. In fact, they are loved and cared for by those closest to them. I would also like to say to the court very quickly that Mr. Bilkins here has been performing experiments, not only, unfortunately, on Lovey, to my recent finding out, but has also been performing these social experiments on us as well. So I hope that you understand that he does not speak for us as a species.
One example of that, please.
That he does not speak for us as a species.
I haven't performed any experiments on you, and in fact, I've let Mr. Reed even know of my intentions.
Order in the court, please. Joey, we'll be with you in one moment, Miss Phillips.
Thank you.
Joey. Your Honor, I think it's very clear that he lied. And Miss Penelope, I would like to clarify something you said. You said, we don't put our loved ones in attics. But don't you? You put them in homes where they are separated from you and kept in little rooms so that someone else can take care of them and they don't hinder your life.
They do indeed. And may I follow with why? A lot of people do this because they have young children, or they are working full-time jobs to provide for those children. When caring for a grown adult who has lost a lot of their ability to function, often they are then unable to take care of their young. It actually falls on the family very often to actually pay for those cares and those homes, which they are often told and sold to that would be the best place for them to be. And a lot of the time, it can be a very pleasant experience where they can get all the care they needed, which most people cannot provide in the current home. So yes, I believe that is not an attic, and that is somewhere where people can provide health and care for their loved ones, rather than just abandoning them on a street corner.
Miss Phillips, you were next.
Yes, I think, just in conclusion, I think we are on a shared sentiment where there are a lot of people who aren't the best. And most of these people aren't necessarily inherently wrong or evil. As someone who's, committed their life to this, not everyone is dealt the same cards. There are a lot of people going through a lot of different things, and there's a lot of stuffed animals that have very different experiences. And the goal of, I think, anyone should be to try to go forward and be better than they were yesterday. And I think, in general, this group as a whole has put a lot of trust in a very sudden gathering of each other, and a trust in a lot of you as stuffed animals, even though we've been physically harmed by stuffed animals. And I think most of us are still very willing to try to do our best and work with you all in a way that's peaceful. But just as you have your doubts about the human race, I think Mr. Bilkins simply had his doubts about the stuffed kind. And I don't agree with his actions, but I do think when you really analyze everything that's been done, both us as a group and you all as a group are trying to figure out some very complicated situations and emotions and acting in the ways that we do according to very complicated, difficult backgrounds. I don't, I
All
don't
right,
claim
mate.
to.
All right, mate. You've put a lot out there. Give me a moment here.
Of
First
course.
off, you say that you were physically armed, and I know you were armed, but let me show you. And they parade out a series of stuffed animals that have been cut and burned. There are limbs missing. And then he walks over and picks up this one little teddy bear. He has a seam all the way down his chest that has been sewn up poorly. His arms appear to be from different stuffed animals that have been sewn on. One looks like maybe it belonged to a tentacle from like an octopus toy or something. Look at this poor fella. Do you think he's harmed?
Most definitely.
So I think we'll call even quotient on the harmed, eh?
I agree.
It wasn't an excuse. It was.
I'm just, I think we're on equal playing fields. There's good and there's bad, and we're trying to navigate it, and I want to come to a conclusion that helps as many people as possible. I mean, I don't agree with many of the things that people do. I mean, Rebecca here as a police officer can probably pull up the same lineup of people who've been shot by other humans for no reason, attacked, robbed. It's despicable. It really is, and it's despicable what's happened to you. And I know, and Harley's going to go ahead and adjust her little like satchel that she has, and well, she has like her little tool belt. She's going to open one of the pockets, and she still has that Cabbage Patch arm.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to hold it out. And I know one of you actually lost this in my apartment. I found it, and I'd like to return it. I know how to sew.
From the stands, you hear a commotion, and this Cabbage Patch doll comes walking across the floor, stands at the foot of the table. You know, it's way down here and reaches up, and you can see it's missing an arm.
Oh, jeez.
Does anyone have any needles or thread or anything? I'd be happy to put it back on for you.
We have the means to take care of that. Thank you.
Okay. Well, here you go, little one. And she'll hand the arm to the Cabbage Patch.
Thanks a lot.
Oh, you're welcome.
And as he walks over and sits down, you see as two bears with large red crosses on their chest come running out with a little plastic toolkit and set it down, medical kit, and they begin to sew the arm back on.
Oh, wonderful. But yes, that's an excellent example. I mean, there are people who live lives, typically very difficult, harsh lives, where they've been abandoned, forgotten, or going through some kind of trauma, and they're led to hurt other people or do what they think is right, but may actually be wrong. And there are other people who are dedicated to trying to help and fix that. There are revolutionaries and actionaries and doctors that take the people who have been wounded or hurt or traumatized, just like I've committed my life to help the people who are emotionally wounded. Just like you have these Dr. Bears, we have our Dr. People that are trying to fix the wrongs.
I will say you do seem to have better health care than we do, so that's good.
That's
a good
yes.
start.
Yes, I think we respect you all, and we recognize, maybe not all of us, but I at least, I have personally advocated for you every step of the way, and I want to provide counseling, and I want to help you guys come to terms with your new emotions and your struggles and maybe bad past relationships. Like I said, I recognize that you've been hurt, and sometimes people hurt people unintentionally. And there's nowhere to put blame, and that hurts even more, but you just kind of have to figure it out and try to be better and hope that other person tries to be better too.
I'm Melissa. Mr. Bilkins.
That was very well said, Harley. And I having seen you give the arm back to that Cabbage Patch doll, it has helped me to see how wrong I was. Lovey, I just want to apologize to you. There's no reason for me to believe that Penelope would ever abandon you in an attic. I sincerely apologize, and I hope, as a show of good faith, you would release some of us from this trial, and just let young Anthony go. And I don't want to push it, but if I could go as well, my dog is still back at the safe house, as you know, and I need to take her out. I'm worried sick. I haven't fed her in a while, so if the two of us could go, that I would much appreciate. It would be a show of good faith and a gesture.
Mr. Bilkins, I'm going to need a manipulation persuasion from you.
Harley was so excited. She was apologizing and was so excited, and then you went, and on that note, let me leave. How dare you?
Penelope was kind of like, yes, and then as soon as she was like, and I want to go, she was like,
Nah, I knew it was bullshit in a second.
I got 3.
So did I. Mr. Bilkins, no one is being held here against their will.
That is excellent news. Well, then.
However, if you choose to leave, your statements will be struck from the record, because if you do not care enough about your own people to discuss their place in this world and our place in this world, we'll take it on the people who stay. Would all of you like to leave?
Absolutely not.
Mr. Bilkins, you are free to
go. Anthony, won't you join me?
You're aware that in leaving, you're retracting your statements.
Mr. Joey, I don't see a reason why my apology shouldn't be on the record.
Mr. Bilkins, you will address the court, not the council.
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, I don't see a reason why my statements shouldn't be on the record. Lovey, my apology is sincere and it comes from the heart. I hope you accept it. And if my comments must be stricken, well, I hope you accept my apology at the very least. For, like I said, I have nothing but the deepest respect and sympathy for you.
Mr. Bilkins, please give me a manipulation and persuasion. Or you can use expression. I will give you either one.
Remember, you have willpower.
I am very low on willpower, but I think I will. I'll give it a shot. I have been using willpower left and right here.
Go as well.
I think you do get willpower when you sleep.
Yeah, but you guys haven't been sleeping much.
Yeah, I got 4 that time.
Okay. Lovey crosses his arms for a moment. Thinks about it. All right, Bilkins. I believe you. Damn, I like my other voice better.
I think this one suits you just fine, Lovey. Anthony, shall we be going?
As much as I feel staying for this trial is a very important thing to do, I have Penelope, Eddie, Harley, and Miss Theron. They are people of outstanding character, and they, I think, represent perhaps some of the best heads that humanity can put forward to something like this. I do not leave this trial without a great deal of consideration. I wish that I could be in two places at once, but unfortunately, I don't feel I can leave Mr. Bilkins alone at this juncture. He's oftentimes in need of help.
We understand, Anthony.
Thank you, by the way. I
Um,
understand.
if I may ask, Your Honor, are we able to keep a line of communication with them to make sure they're okay? Do you mind if
As long
I
as
text?
it does not disrupt the proceedings of the court.
Of course. Anthony, if you could just, I'll send you messages and check-ins, okay?
Absolutely. Again, I just want to thank the court for its time. I appreciate that you have all come together like this to speak with us. And it just shows what I already knew, and that's that you are a reasonable and intelligent people and are deserving of as much respect as any other person would receive. So thank you, Your Honor, and thank you to the rest of the court.
As he goes to leave, Penelope's gonna try and take his hand before he goes, or like put a hand on his shoulder. Just say, "Hey, partner, you probably have the biggest responsibility here. Just make sure he doesn't fuck anything up."
I just lean over and say, "Why do you think I'm leaving?"
Bye, Anthony. Later, Al.
So yeah, see you soon. We've got some negotiating to do and understanding to achieve.
Mr. Bilkins? Mr. Reed?
I will call an Uber, and I'll message you the address I'm trying to go to.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look at the warehouse. How many exits are there?
There's the main exit entrance that you came in, and there appear to be some various doors around it, and including a couple of roller doors.
Okay, yeah, I'll skip that. I'll just order the Uber and just stand by with Anthony.
All right. Well, they will escort you out. If you're not part of the court, they don't want you disrupting it, so they will escort you outside.
Okay. You know, Anthony, I just want to apologize to you. I spoke harshly to you earlier. I should not have done that. I was
No,
emotional
no,
and angry, and I'm sorry.
No, Mr. Bilkins, I'm the one who needs to apologize. Regardless of what happened, I crossed a physical barrier that shouldn't have been crossed, and I apologize. I try hard to keep those things in check, and I try my best to do what my sensei taught me and never harm with the things I've been taught. But sometimes, Mr. Bilkins, sometimes when you say the things that you say, it's almost like you're trying to cut down to the very heart of something and to twist whatever you can. And I know that's not your intention. I know that's, or at least I believe it's not. But no, I can understand why you said what you said. It's it's something we can put behind us, I hope. I hope that I haven't ruined our relationship, because I do trust you and I do believe you. I just think in this instance, you're seeing what you want to see, Mr. Bilkins. And I'm not saying there aren't aspects of truth to it, but that's the problem. There are only aspects of it, Mr. Bilkins.
I am a scientist. I look at the data and I process it as emotionlessly as I possibly can. As you know, that's the scientific method that I try to teach all of my students, and I may have been too logical in this instance, and where a little emotion might have gone a long way.
That's all right. We can fix this. I I believe in them, and I don't know what we're out here to do, Mr. Bilkins. Can you at least let me know what's happening this time?
I'm going home.
All right. And
I'm
nice.
getting my dog, and I am going home.
All right. And is it all right if I go with you? I know that sometimes you might prefer to be alone, but I think it's important right now that we
I
have
was
somebody.
counting on you coming with me. I can't make heads or tails of the security at the safe house. It's just beyond me. I know the wards and where to step to get beyond them, but the traps and I'll need your help to get in and fetch Sydney. So I appreciate you coming with me, Anthony. I really do.
It's no problem. Like I said, I've always respected you. I see that you have a lot of stuff going on, Mr. Bilkins, and I don't know what it is, and I might not be the right person to even know what it is in the first place, but you need somebody to talk to about these things. And well, I guess I guess I kind of look at you like an uncle. So I'd like if you'd share those things with me sometime.
I That means a lot, Anthony. Thank you. I tap him on the shoulder.
Your Uber arrives. You note that there are some red dots that appear on the windshield and on the tires as it pulls in.
That he's for us. He's coming to pick us up. You can remove the lasers. Thank you. The court has seen fit to let us go.
The lights go down, and the Uber driver leans out the window and goes, "What?"
Thank you for coming. So quickly. We really appreciate it. We're coming. Come on, Anthony.
Yeah. Don't worry, it's just one of those high quality LARPs. The guys get a little overzealous. I'm sorry.
All right.
What is a LARP?
A live action
You know what?
roleplay,
Never
you know?
mind. I don't want to know.
All right. So you hop into the vehicle.
Can you let me know when it's like 2 minutes out from the destination? I sent the destination to you in Discord. I can't type in the
it's in
chat.
Discord. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I can't type in the chat right now.
Okay. I will let you know.
Okay.
I demand a side episode, like an epilogue of those two laughing together. It needs to happen. Just please. I beg.
Young Anthony, I believe I've been hit by a lightning bolt.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Back inside. All right, Yona, I'd like to bring up Miss Susie.
Just as a note, while in the courtroom, I'd like to keep making pans around the room to, especially when points are made, to see if there's any hostility or any kind of, if there's any kind of turns of the crowd, as it will.
Okay. This is very much a social investigation in a way that you are all a part of. As part of this, I have determined a number of social doors that need to be crossed to gain the trust of the stuffed. Okay. You have all made pretty good arguments so far. Definitely some points from Eddie calling Bilkins names.
We haven't even talked about the Pope yet.
But what I would like for you to do, and we will do this at various times, but since all of you have spoken so far, now this only counts for those in the room, those you've left, you no longer have any points in this game. So in this part of the game, I think a manipulation and either expression, persuasion, or socialize. But whatever you choose, that needs to be your role from here on. So, yes, Penelope.
I have a specialization in socialize called confidant. Could I get an extra dice for Lovey being a member of the court?
Absolutely. Good point. Yes, Rebecca.
And
You're
my
muted.
dice has a panda in it too.
Could I attempt to use presence, being a member of the police force? Maybe that would add a little bit of weight to my...
And what are you wanting to couple with presence?
I could couple presence with pretty much anything. Persuasion, intimidation, empathy would be my top three. But I'm not trying to intimidate them, so I guess that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, I was going to say presence and intimidation go well together. I'm a little concerned about presence with persuasion in this case. I will let you know. You can do that, but I'm going to have to penalize your die pool because they don't have the same respect for police officers at this point.
Okay. Can I make an argument for composure then?
That's how well you control yourself in a situation. Sure, I want you guys to stand a chance. Go for it.
All right, awesome. That definitely helps a lot.
Yes, Harley.
I have sympathetic as a merit.
I think you have shown that, and I think that matters to these people.
Yeah, I know. So it, according to the merit, I accept a condition to immediately open 2 doors.
Oh my goodness, that is true. You do. Oh
my goodness, Holly.
Right. Did you have a question, Penelope?
I did. I also have, so for merit-wise, I don't know if this occurs, but I have striking looks, which can help with social situations. And I'm wondering if I can use that.
It's not going to work on the stuff, and I will get to why in just a moment.
That's fair. The other is I have fame. I don't know if that will add me any bonuses either.
Once again, not to the stuffed.
That's fine. I look kind of like Jessie from Toy Story. I've got 2 braids.
You're welcome to play up Jessie from Toy Story if you want to.
Someone help me! I'm terrible with accents, and I don't want to offend.
Partner.
Harley?
Oh, I gotta listen. Yes.
A condition that I like and think fits for what you've presented so far is steadfast.
Okay, how does
your character is confident and resolved.
Okay.
If you fail a roll, you can resolve this condition, treat the action as if you'd rolled a single success.
Awesome.
So this is like a condition you get, and you get the opportunity that if you fail a roll, you can burn this and get a single success on that roll.
Okay. Cool. I'll write that down.
And just really quick as well, I have a power dice from way back when, and I can't remember what it does.
It was a reroll.
Okay, so I get an opportunity for a reroll. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
And willpower adds 3 dice, or is it 2?
It'll add 3.
3, perfect.
And Eddie's the only one who hasn't gotten to say anything yet. So any questions on your die pool?
Yeah, I'm gonna use expression. I know his expression usually has to do with writing, so he's actually gonna take out a little pad and pen and write something for him to say.
Excellent. I think that's very good.
And I think I'll also spend a willpower to add 3 to the roll.
Okay. Okay. 5 for Rebecca.
What were the options again for rolling? I can't use empathy because my empathy specifically is in de-escalation.
Well, that's the
Would
specialty
that
of it.
count?
You can still use empathy. You just don't get the die for using your specialization.
So this
still get a
wouldn't
die-
be de-escalation though. This is still just kind of
Right.
nothing has escalated yet. Okay.
Nothing yet.
But I can use empathy.
Absolutely.
Great. And manipulation. Okay.
I burnt a willpower, used my power dice, and got 3.
All right. Eddie, did you? Okay, 4. Keep note of what you rolled because that's going to be your social roll throughout. And we'll see how Harley did here.
3.
All right.
I can do more if I want. Do I need more?
Yes, there are a lot of doors that have to be done for them to trust you at this point. Bilkins may have burned a couple of bridges in there.
Will we still get to maneuver socially with our like pins of like, hey, we're killing the Pope for you? Does that still
you are welcome
come
to
into
say
play?
anything. You are welcome to say anything you want, and based on the current social situation of how they are leaning towards you, I will let you know if it has any effect.
Okay, I have 2 things up my sleeve, so I'll. And then willpower is what? How many extra die?
3.
3.
Ooh, I use 1.
Oh, well, you already rolled this time.
Oh, I
It'll have to
can't.
be a future one.
You have to wait. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Will do.
So, a broken china doll. A good portion of its face is missing. A leg is gone. It has marks from just general abuse over the years. It's got torn places. It's brought up by one of the bearers with the big red cross and set up next to Lovey. And Lovey reaches out and puts his arm around the doll to hold it in place. Alyssa leans over. Take your time. Her speech is a little rough because part of her mouth is missing. And you can tell it's a struggle as she turns to talk. I know you see me, and I'm ugly. When I was new, my person loved me. They played with me. They took me places. And then one day, purely by accident, it wasn't her fault. I was dropped. And I cracked. And from then on, she was ashamed to be seen with me. Oh, she'd still talk to me in her room. but she wouldn't take me outside anymore. And over time, the crack grew worse. Her mother tried to glue me, but it didn't keep. So, I look at you, and I see differences. But you're all beautiful. And I have to wonder, do you have an imperfection? Something you're not proud of? Because when I sit here among my kind, they don't see the broken parts. But I've watched your TV shows. I've heard your radio programs. I've heard conversations. And you pick on each other for the things that you don't see as beautiful. You're too big. You're too thin. You're not boy enough. You're not girl enough. You're not supposed to like those things. That's not for your type to like. Why are you like that to each other?
So, humans, much like yourselves, are very complex creatures. And the breadth of humanity don't agree on a lot. We're very individualistic. We're not as communal as we were because our society is built in a way that has sort of atomized us from each other. The set of sociological things that have done this are far too complex for me to simply explain here. But people get lonely too. And when they're lonely or when they're hurt, it can breed resentment, hate, meanness. But that doesn't mean that humans are bad. Just like the stuff aren't bad. Even if they resent things, even if they have bad feelings or good feelings. But there's just a lot of meat that goes into the way that people feel, just like the way that you feel changes and is built. And I just want to say that whatever your flaws might be, nobody here is going to make fun or anything like that. But some people grow up in situations where that's the norm for them. And we have to help them too. So you asked if we have flaws. And of course we do. To be flawed is to be real, to be alive, to be aware of yourself and others. I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but my flaw is I'm very fast and loose with lawful interpretation of things. But I do that because the law isn't always what's right. So, point being that just like stuffed, humans are the breadth of experience, and I hope that we will one day live in a world where people don't see each other for their flaws, or don't see the flaws in each other. So, yeah.
Would you like to know each of our imperfections?
No, because I don't think what you understand of what I'm saying. They don't matter. You look around this room, and she signals with the little stub of her arm that's left. We're of all colors, all makes. Some of us are new, some of us are old. They offered to make me whole, not because I'm hard to look at, but because they can. We don't send messages to people that tell them that they're not going to be loved. And I just have to ask. And I don't expect an answer, but do you even know what love means?
I think we
Because
do.
we're just emotion. We're born from feelings.
If it's any consolation, I can't speak for your friend, but I once knew someone who had a toy that broke, and they didn't not bring it out because of shame, but because they were afraid it was going to get more damaged. They tried to fix it, and it couldn't, so instead they kept it safe. They didn't want it getting damaged, and I'm sure that that's what it was with you too. I think you're still beautiful. There is beauty in imperfection.
Well, Your Honor, I get the feeling that these people, they like to say things about other people's thoughts, because I'm continually hearing this is what somebody did and this is why they did it. They seem very good about talking about other people's reasons for their actions. Oh, I didn't want you to get hurt worse.
I was merely speaking of, I once knew someone in the same mind. I did say I could be wrong, but from my experience, that is what I saw. From my experience, could be wrong, but I can't speak for that person. I'm not saying it should go in the court as a thing, but merely to just comfort this person in the troubles they're facing inside.
And if I could just interject, have we or have we not been brought up here as representatives of our race?
Lisa speaks. Oh, absolutely. That is why you're here.
Oh, good. Then why would you possibly be disturbed about us speaking about other members of our race?
Fair point. However, I think you miss what is being spoken of here, and that is a general dishonesty among your species.
Hmm.
You are inherently untrustworthy.
Don't mean to offend in any way, but if every species is untrustworthy and trustworthy in some way, and I really don't mean to offend, but I'm sure Mr. Stopico trusted you, Alyssa. And from my understanding, and I could be wrong, but is he dead now? I imagine
I
he
would like you
trusted
to clarify what you mean, Miss Penelope.
Well, where is Mr. Stopico?
You stated what I did to Mr. Stopico. What do you mean?
I just see that Mr. Stopico is no longer here, and you are inside Mr. Stopico. Is that correct?
I need all of you
I
to make your roll, please.
also found some of his stuffing outside.
Use another point of willpower.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna go through all my willpower on this.
Oh yeah.
Oh, are you kidding me? Jesus.
My tens explode.
Yep, 10s explode.
4 successes that time.
All right.
I just got one.
All right.
All rolling or?
Yep. Everybody said something, so everybody can roll.
Oh, good. Cool.
Harley,
I'm keeping
how'd it go?
track in the Zoom chat of numbers.
2.
2. Okay.
2.
And is that 3 or 4? Okay, 3. Sorry, the angle made it a little hard to tell, so. As you make your statement, Penelope, there's a murmur in the crowd coming from the stands. And Alyssa holds up her hand. Why do you think I'm here, inside and part of Mr. Stopico, Penelope?
I 100% believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that you believe you're doing what is right for your kind. You saw him leading what you assumed was astray and down a wrong path, and you took it upon yourself to protect your people. I'm not saying that it's wrong, what you did. I also don't know, so I can't say it's right. But what I'm saying is that people are distrustworthy, sometimes for good cause or
Penelope,
bad cause.
Penelope, I'm here because I'm in love with Mr. Stopico. After you left, he stepped outside. He was anguished. He started a small fire and began to rip the stuffing out of his chest. I couldn't watch him do that. I had to stop him. And he wouldn't listen to reason. And now, I'll be with him forever. We are bonded in a way. I feel his pain, he feels my love. So you assumed that this was some act of revolution. I think that's what worries us the most. You seem to think the worst first.
Not at all. The worst would have been that you murdered him in cold blood.
No, we don't have any blood.
I know, it's just a figure of speech. What I'm trying to explain is when we came in and asked Mr. Topico was, you told us that he had a bad idea, and now you are him. He wanted to lead your kind astray and to do something that you guys agreed was wrong, and now you are him. At no point did you ever lead with that thought. Was anyone there with you when this happened?
Just 100 of my closest friends.
I'm glad they were there to support you. Because that can't
they
have
didn't
been
all
easy.
support me. I would say about half didn't agree.
But even then, there are disagreements amongst yourselves. Of course there are. You work together, but of course you are your own individuals. And there will always be disagreement. That's the same as humans.
The disagreement was about if I should be the only one. I'm not the only one who loves our friend and feels a loss of the part of him that's gone. There was no disagreement about saving him.
Of course not.
We lost 2 brave members of our community who put out the fire using their own bodies.
I'm sorry.
The stuffing that you found outside, each of us took a little piece of ourselves and laid it there as a memorial to those we lost.
Beautiful.
If I might, we have I don't know if you have access to them. We have fire extinguishers. I don't think an event like this will happen again. I hope it doesn't. But if any accidental fires occur or anything, I would love to be able to provide you some to keep you safe. You can't be throwing yourselves on fires like that. I am so sorry for your loss.
We appreciate your words, Penelope, that your kind have burned more of us than we have ever done among ourselves. And I'm going to put you all on hold for a moment.
Dang it, I had a good point. Dang it.
Okay, go ahead and make your
too.
point, because I don't want to ruin that. Go ahead and make your points.
No, I was just. Do you want to go first, Eddie?
No, it's okay. It's not that great. Sorry, God.
No, I was just gonna say about when the burnings happened, we weren't aware that you were alive. And just as you
So was I, yeah.
Yeah, and just as you took forks and knives to make these really ingenious claws, in doing so, you could have been hurting this being, and we were not aware of your lives. Now we're aware. We don't want to hurt you. We would never do that to you. The only people who ever would be messed up, and we would probably have laws against it.
The entire ballgame changes.
We were not, exactly, just as Rebecca says, we were not aware. And Eddie, please go ahead.
No, it's.
I saw what you put. I lean over and I see Eddie's writings on his notepad.
I actually wrote it a long time ago. I was just waiting for it to be poignant.
And I freaking nudge your arm so you read it.
Eddie actually wrote it on his little notepad. Your Honor, on behalf of the human race, I can only plead ignorance. To all the stuffed here, your experiences with my kind must seem confusing or unsettling or even traumatic. I have no intention of downplaying this, but for thousands of years, we've created bodies like yours and have never known them to be alive. Your awakening is something new to us. something we haven't adjusted to yet, and frankly, I think I'd appreciate it if you cut us a little slack for not knowing. We are adjusting to this just as much as you are.
You gain 3 die to your die pools from now on. As you see Elisa reach up and actually wipe a tear from her eye. And now I'm going to put you on hold and go to Mr. Bilkins and Anthony. And you had requested when you were a few minutes away. You are there. You are pulling up into the neighborhood.
Okay. Can you check Discord real quick?
Oh. Okay.
To the first one?
Well, you've got a couple of things here. You just tell me what you want to do. Any of those are okay, and we'll play them out as they go.
Oh no, the one right before that.
Well, I've got several things. I'm not sure which one you mean. So.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, great. So I while we're driving, I take out my notebook and I turn to Anthony and say, Anthony, I'm sure you've noticed that I take a lot of notes on well, people that I meet in my daily life. You've seen me do this in class, I'm sure. I wonder if you might take a look over this page on Penelope that I've written here. I think I've gotten fairly close, but I the motivation eludes me. I don't know. Hopefully you'll take a look.
I can certainly take a look. I mean, I'd like to think that I know her at least decently well.
Just look down near the bottom where it talks about motivation. I've taken some notes and based it off of. I mean, most of this was done when I was just watching her YouTube videos. But since we've met, I've had to cross out quite a bit. It appears I was way off. Just look at the bottom and tell me what you think. And I hand you my notebook, and it's a basic like personality type of thing. It has a person's motivation, and then what I thought like maybe her background was, and what led to her being this way. Under motivation, I put crime hound or justice warrior, greater good, maybe tragic past, and then I have a big question mark, and that's the part I'm like kind of indicating for you to look at.
Well, I mean, I don't think it's terribly far off the mark. I don't know that she hounds after it. I think she feels called to do it. To me, knowing how Penelope does things and how she tries to be, I don't think she means it disingenuously in any way. She genuinely wants to help people. She wants to do the best she can for them. And I've talked to her about that video she made. I've talked to her about a lot of different things, and the one thing that stays consistent is that people matter, and she doesn't want to see anybody hurt. She's a very kind and sweet person, and yeah, she probably did have some bad things happen in her past. I know her family is, who doesn't have a family that causes problems.
It's a very interesting insight. I started doing this many years ago, I was very young. I I was investigating a cult overseas. It was part of the Soviet Union at the time, one of those countries. It was very difficult to get in, and it was very interesting cult. They had a classic leader, very charismatic, and many followers. And do you know what they believed, Anthony? They believed that
so weird.
vampires were real. And in fact, the charismatic leader, he thought he was one of Van Helsing's descendants. Now, I studied this cult for several months, and it was friendly at first. You would show up, and they'd have cookies and tea, and you would all sit around and talk about how, there's evidence of vampires everywhere. Harmless, I thought. And then one day, the leader mentioned something. He said that he'd found a vampire. Well, this was curious to me, and I didn't know what to make of it. But I wrote it down in my book, Harmless. They had a meeting the next day, and well, I was drinking at the time, and I slept in. I had no plans of making it and for that meeting, and I showed up later that night, and I came in, and they were all dead. I wrote down in my notes, and I concluded the investigation saying it was a suicide cult. But now that vampires are real, I think something different happened.
It's very possible that something different happened, but I don't know how you feel about it, but I hope you're not carrying anything from it, because at the time, how could you have known? You said it yourself. You're a scientist. You're a man of logic, and these things aren't logical, or at least they weren't until recently.
Tim, let me know when we're like 10 to 15 seconds out.
Very close. Very close.
Okay. Yeah. Well, if you look at that book, I over the pages, I've tried to be diligent because I don't want to make the same mistake. I read that situation wrong. He might have been a descendant of Van Helsing. We don't know. I guess what I'm trying to say, Anthony, and I look to see if the person I'm expecting is like waiting outside.
Yes.
They are?
Yep.
Anthony, I'm not letting Dracula live. And I reach over you and I open the door and I try to kick you out of the car.
This is going to require a strength in either athletics or brawl. Anthony, yours would be the same.
Fucking knew it.
I'm gonna use willpower again.
Okay.
Heck is Dracula.
I went to the bathroom and I came back.
And the whole world went the heck in the
And
handbasket.
I don't even. Are we playing the same game? Did we switch games?
Shit
Please
just
go
got
on
crazy.
to Twitter and hashtag Bilkins Betrayal. I repeat, Bilkins Betrayal.
Elkin's the betrayer, leaving up to his name.
Anthony, how'd it go? Thank you.
I got
Wilkins-
3.
Bilkins, you kick him out the door. He lands in the snowbank, and his father, still in his white underclothes, runs up and grabs Anthony. Son, are you okay? The Uber driver. Sorry, give me just a second. The Uber driver tries to stop Bilkins. What are you going to do?
Keep going. I've put another address in the phone. Keep going.
All right, go ahead, Anthony. Sorry.
No, I'm not. Mr. Bilkins just shoved me in some car and kicked me out. I have no idea what he's planning, but it's not okay.
He said something that you were in danger and he was bringing you home for your own safety. What the hell's
He's the
going
one
on?
who's going to be in danger, Dad.
Come on, inside. It's cold out here.
No, I need to do something else. I understand that things are happening and you don't know what's going on. I promise I'll give you a full report when everything's done.
No,
I'm safe.
you are coming
I'll
in
be
the
fine.
house now.
Dad, if I don't do something right now, there are people who are going to suffer, and I can't let that happen.
Son, trust me.
Right, Dad. But we really need to be quick.
And I need to be dressed.
Yes, sir.
All right. And right there, we are going to go on a 5-minute break. We'll be back.
Oh.
Welcome back. Mr. Bilkins, you are in the car. You've ordered the driver to go on to a new address. Where are you headed?
I'm going to a bar that has a telephone booth outside of it.
Okay. We'll assume it's a few blocks away, and you are there.
Okay. I'm also going to call Detective Ryland.
Okay. You dial the number, the phone rings. Ryland.
Ryland, I don't have much time. It's Bilkins. You were right. There is a secret society, and they're currently meeting at a warehouse. I will text you the address.
All right. What are we looking at?
They have hostages.
Terrorists? Okay.
They have a bomb. And
they have a what?
They have a bomb, and Officer Theron is working with them.
Wait, with them?
With them.
Bilkins,
are you deaf, man? I said I don't have much time. This is an emergency.
Bilkins, you've yanked some crazy shit out here in the past, and I'm going to need you to give me a presence and either intimidation or persuasion.
Okay.
Bilkins, don't even bother rolling.
Okay.
Because I rolled, and 3 1s tells me you're going to succeed anyway.
Okay.
All right. Get me the address. They've got a bomb. Guns, weapons. What else? How many hostages?
They have weapons with laser sights. They have 3 hostages. And the cultists are dressed like stuffed animals.
What? Is this like some kind of? I don't even want to know. And what kind of bomb is it? Where are the hostages in the building? Do you have any details?
I don't know any other information. I'm about to call 911. I have no other information.
You don't need to call 911. I'm 911. Just get someplace safe. Where can I pick you up? I'll have a car. I'll have a car get you.
I'll be perfectly fine. You just get down there and take care of those hostages.
Bilkins, I'm sending a car.
I hang up.
Damn it.
I call 911.
All right. 911, what's your emergency?
I'd like to report a bomb, and then I say the address of the warehouse, and then I hang up.
About 5 seconds later, the phone rings. And the cell phone.
I ignore it.
All right. What are you going to do now?
I'm going to take the pain meds that I have in my pocket. I'm going to swallow them. I'm going to walk into the bar and order a drink.
Okay. Oh my goodness. All right. We will come back to you.
Can you turn that TV to the news station, please? The local news station.
But the game's on.
Here, I give him a 20.
You're going to have a lot of people pissed off. You might want to put another 100 down there and buy them some drinks.
A round on me.
All right. Okay, guys, you can go watch the game in the other room, and I'm going to change this one for our friend here. And he flips over to the news channel. There's nothing on. It's just a weather report.
Just keep it here. I'm a weather enthusiast.
All right. And I will come back to you in a moment. Back at the... Oh, go ahead. If you would say something, Mr. Reed, I will give you that opportunity.
Yes, I need to send a text message immediately. Bilkins the betrayer has fucked us all. He's coming for you.
And
that's going to the group text. Yeah, yeah.
Cool.
Which, if it goes to the group text, that means Bilkin gets it also.
No, we're gonna be like middle schoolers and have that one group chat that's called the team minus Bilkins.
Yeah.
The team without that one person.
I take a picture of the bar I'm at and I send it to the group text and I say, I took Tony home where he'll be safe. I'm at the bar. enjoying a drink.
He kicked me out of a car and sped off. I don't trust him. Fuck you, Bilkins.
Court. Hello, court.
Your Honor, we may have a situation unfolding here.
That person who was here who left has put us all in danger. I think we all need to leave now.
In danger how?
I don't know, but he has. Okay, listen. There's something you need to know about this man. He is crazy. Do any of you have a transportation? We have a car. We can try and fit as many of you in it as possible. Do any of you have transportation?
Here, we need to stay calm.
That's a great idea.
Hello, my name is Harley. Something very important to our case that we haven't been able to bring up yet. Anthony, who was here earlier, who went along with Mr. Bilkins, myself and Rebecca have spoken to people on the other side of the hedge. Are you familiar with that concept?
Well, I mean, a hedge is a bunch of bushes.
Yes.
So there were people on the other side of a bunch of. Wait, I'm sorry, but you're telling me there's an emergency, and now you're talking to me about topiary.
This is important.
They go together.
There is not just humans, our kind, like we're speaking on behalf, in this world. In fact, there's a whole other area for a lot of those people. There's a wide variety of people. There's goblins. There's fairies. There's creatures probably even similar to you all, and a wild variety of people and magics and things that humans can't even comprehend, and we barely comprehend since we've only known about it for a short amount of time. Vampires, werewolves living among us, probably a few blocks down. And we think, especially with their diversity and with their capabilities, the way that they hold court, that it would be best for you all to go over the hedge with them and have your own area. And so Rebecca, Anthony, and I went and made a deal that jeopardizes everyone in this room's lives, actually. Everyone is in our group. To do a favor, and in exchange, you all get a safe haven away from us humans. In fact, you don't even have to trust us anymore because you won't even be here on Earth anymore. Well, I don't actually know if it's on Earth or not. Anyway, you will have a safe place to go. And we are putting our lives on the line to make sure that you can be there. And if what's happening is true, which I trust it is because Anthony is an upstanding man, all of us that are staying here are in danger, and now would be a good time to go to where we need to go to bring you, if you agree that that'll be okay. And maybe we can go there temporarily and continue to hold court, but we do need to go quickly and safely and without being seen.
Basically, we don't know what's going to happen here. If you'd like, we can take you to a place that no other human can get to, where we can discuss things further. But we're really worried right now that something might happen. We don't know the what exactly is occurring right now, but it seems dangerous, and we'd like to at least clear the area, if that's all right.
Eddie, you had something to say?
Oh, yeah. If I may, just like to talk to my cohort over here. I think I must have misunderstood something. Harley, you said everyone in your group in this room. That just means
yes,
the people who went to see the
No, Eddie will.
We'll table this. We'll table this for later. I think it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I think we're fully capable of doing the task that has been set for us.
The
And we will
task?
discuss it.
Oh, there's a
I know you
task.
said not to panic. I know you said
Oh,
not to
that's-
panic about the potential threat of being betrayed, but now
Okay.
there's another thing in the back of your head.
Wonderful. This is just getting
Miss,
better.
I'm
all the
glad
time.
Miss Phillips is optimistic, but right now, if Your Honor would allow it, may we reconvene in this new place, even if it's just temporarily, to make sure everyone is safe.
Rebecca and Harley, I need your social roles, please.
Well, I'll use willpower for this one.
I will also use another willpower for this.
There's a lot of
Oh.
discussion going on, and there seems to be some disagreement among those in the stands.
Can I use multiple willpower or once?
Just once.
Just one?
Yep, just one.
1, 2, 3 for the 10. Let's see. Oh, 4. Okay. My rolls are pretty hot, pretty spicy tonight, which is good because they kind of needed me. So 4.
Okay.
6.
Wow.
Cool.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank goodness, because I was not rolling well earlier.
Well, I will let you know that because of Bilkin's call to the police, your amount of time to convince has reduced because you were going to be interrupted at some point, and you may have interrupted now. You have not opened enough doors to gain confidence of the stuffed at this point. So, Your Honor, well, all I hear here, it sounds like they want to put us in a box.
No, Your Honor, absolutely not. We have no desire whatsoever to put you in a box or anything like that. This is merely one of the options that we had to deal with things if that was what you desired. If humans were too untrustworthy, then going to a place where there weren't humans was an option.
We wanted you to have as many options as possible and not to just come here and discuss, but rather to come here and already have solutions prepared. And I wish you could take the time to consider it and think about it and all of us discuss it. But there is for sure one guarantee for both us and y'all at this time. And that's that if we stay in this building, we are under threat.
At this moment, you hear the sounds of sirens approaching.
I will
Ambulances, fire vehicles, police cars, and at least one helicopter.
I will text Ryland. Heard there was something going on. What's up?
Did I
There's-
establish a means of contact with my mans? With Mr.
With who?
Denny?
You did not.
We don't have any way of contacting him.
I mean, you may have the phone. You could easily look up the phone number to the pawn shop.
Yeah, can I call that after this conversation?
We'll give you a moment to do that. As all this is happening, you hear the noises. 5 ropes drop from the ceiling.
Shit.
And a group of stuffed Pinapedia rappel down, surround Stepiko and Lovey, and begin ushering them to the back of the room.
Andy's coming.
And Joey looks over and goes, "Great, now they called in the SEAL team."
Is this about to escalate into war? What's going on here?
Warren looks and says, "I think your friend Bilkins tipped off the police with something."
He's not our friend.
Yeah, I wouldn't use that word.
We gotta get the hell out of here.
Look, I've been keeping an eye on what's going on here, and you're swaying some of them, but I'm afraid this throws a big wrench in the trust market. Eddie, I'm going to need to borrow Mary Bell.
Wow!
Okay. He holds up Maribel.
Warren takes it, and he puts his hand on your shoulder. Go with them. Stay with them. Get them to safety.
Oh,
There's got to be
what about you?
a sneaky way out of here. Get them back to your stronghold.
What, the junkyard?
Who's gonna look for them there?
Do I hear this?
Fair
Oh,
enough.
absolutely. He's not being quiet.
Have I ever been to this warehouse before?
No. Well, yes,
Dang
you
it.
have. You have at one point, but it's not the warehouse you're thinking of.
Okay, do I know of any secret entrance, exits, anything like that?
No, but you could always investigate and see what you could find. You have a couple of minutes to do so.
I would like to do that. I would like to try and find a way out.
I'd like to use trained observer if I can.
Okay, go for it.
I'd like to roll common sense at some point if I could.
Wits investigation for those who are looking for an exit. Eddie, roll your common sense. Anthony, I will get back to you in just a moment. Warren takes the shovel, spins it around in his hand like a baton. I mean, masterfully, and heads towards the back door. Get going. I'm going to make
Don't
a
get yourself
distraction.
killed, Warren.
You just take care of them. Damn it, I'm retired.
All right. I will be using a willpower.
All right.
Does my +3 dice to my rolls apply to this, or only to social rolls to sway them?
I'm going to let you apply it to this.
Nice.
So,
Holy guacamole.
rolled 4 10s.
You observe an entrance into the sewer system. It was probably a drain that they used. You know, it's a warehouse. Who knows what kind of stuff they did here, but you find an entrance.
We got a drain over here.
This is your last opportunity. You each get to say something to all of the stuff assembled here to convince them to go with you. Okay? Very good, Eddie. What are your questions?
Okay. What's the safest choice?
The sewer, getting them out of there and abandoning the stuff. That's the safest choice for you and your group.
All right. What do I stand to lose here?
Possibly your life.
Oh, great. Okay.
But definitely
Okay.
the lives of the stuffed. I'd say they hang in the balance here.
All right.
You got a couple more if you want. That was a dramatic success.
Okay. If I want to save the stuffed, what's the worst choice?
If you want to joining Warren, because he's probably not going to make it.
Oh man, it's only the questions listed in under common sense, right? Because there are only 4 of them.
I'm pretty liberal on this. If you got something
really?
else you want to ask, feel free. The dramatic success.
All right, last question. I think this is the last one I get.
Yeah.
What would motivate the stuffed right now?
They need some motivate them for what? Let me ask that. Let me pinpoint the question a little bit more.
To leave.
They're already ready to leave. I mean, they're being at least the head is being shuffled out. So everybody else will probably follow. But if there's a long trail of stuffed animals, that would obviously be dangerous. That's going to raise attention.
Okay. All right, so What were our options are going to go into the sewer and go back and then escape and get back to the junkyard is what Warren wanted us to do. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. This... All right. Eddie throws away his notepad. He's got nothing for this. Look. I understand the importance of this trial to you. And I understand that you may not trust us because we are human, and at the end of the day, you consider us untrustworthy, justified or not. But if we want to answer the question of whether we can coexist, we have to ensure that you continue from here. This is a make or break point for all of you. I'm going to ask you, because there aren't really many other options for either of us right now. Will you come into the sewers with us and go back to our safe house, where we can continue our discussion? I need you all to move, preferably as a single unit. Keep calm. And ensure that we won't be followed.
You feel a tug at your sleeve, Eddie. And when you look down, it's Mr. Ruxpin looking up at you. Where's Mr. Warren going?
I guess out of retirement.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to say?
If we have time, yeah.
Well, you got to say it quick because this is all happening in a matter of a couple of minutes here.
Right, Rebecca. Oh, you want me to go? Okay, I'll go first then, and then Penelope. Okay.
Mine was just going to be me screaming at them.
Okay.
I still have a call to Denny as well, if I could try to get that in within the minutes after everyone's done.
Yep.
Looking at all the stuff, Rebecca starting to visibly be unsettled, unshuffled for the first time, in front of them. She'll go, "Look, I know you don't know that you can trust us. I know, but I don't want to see any of you hurt. And I'll beg on both knees if I have to, just to get you to come with us. Please, I'm begging you. I just want to make sure everyone is okay, and that includes you. Please. Come with us."
Everyone head this way. We have a way out. We can continue this back at the safe house. Lovey knows it's safe. Ask him.
The three of you go ahead and make your die rolls. Penelope, add 1 die to your die pool. Harley, anything you would like to say? I know you're making the phone call. It answers.
Is this Mr. Matthews or is this?
One moment.
Eli? Okay, thank you.
And you're put on hold, and there's wonderful hold music. Denny, what's up?
Hey, this is Harley.
Oh, Harley.
Hi. Listen, I know that this is. I'm going to make a big ask of you, as I know we've only met together.
Hey, let me turn the TV down. Apparently there's something going on and the sirens are pretty loud on the TV.
Yes,
They're at some kind of a warehouse.
Yes, I'm there.
Something about terrorists.
Yeah,
wait a minute, you're what?
Yeah, I'm not a terrorist. Mr. Bilkins, you met him. He was with me on the bus. He has called a false bomb alarm to the police. We are in the middle of communicating with the stuffed animals that I told you about. And he's communicated with the police and tipped them off, and now they're surrounding the warehouse, endangering all of my friends' lives, including mine, and all of these stuffed creatures. Is there anything you can do to help? Maybe create a distraction, or tell them that your son prank called the police office or something. I don't know.
I don't have a son, Harley.
I know. It's a joke. Well, it's not a joke. I mean, I just pretend you have a son. I don't know. I'm very nervous.
Well, I guess this kind of delays our date a little bit.
Well, if I die, most certainly. Which is why I wouldn't.
Okay.
Wouldn't
if you die,
this...
I promise I will bring you back.
Is that a thing you can do?
Well, I know people. You might not look the same though. But anyway, let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Okay. That's incredibly kind and passionate of you. Do you still have my chicken keyring?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
I'll see if there's anything I can do. I'm kind of at a loss here, but
it's okay if you can't. I didn't know who else to call.
Harley. They've surrounded the building. Oh no, they're about to. And as he says it, you hear the glass breaks, and a cylinder falls on the floor in front of you, and a gas starts pouring out of it. I guess you probably know. Do you have a handkerchief?
No, I always wear 2 layers. I mean, it's winter. It's kind of cold.
Okay. Take off your shirt, pee on it, and put it over your mouth. It'll help filter out the gas.
You're speaking from experience. Okay.
No, I saw it on a TV show.
Oh, sure. Okay.
All right. I need the rolls from Penelope and Eddie, please.
I got 4. Eddie got. Wait, did I get? No, yeah, I got 4. Eddie got 4, and Rebecca got 3. So I put the totals in Zoom chat of everything we've rolled for this stuff.
Okay. Here's the thing. They have now launched CS gas in through the windows. It is going to become very hard to breathe and very disorienting. I'm going to say that Rebecca is near the entrance to the sewers. You have a lot of stuff to get out of here. They are going to enter this building. It is going to take some effort to get everyone out. So I have to know, are you going before the stuffed or after the stuffed? Or how are you doing this?
After.
Everybody?
Penelope's going to be trying to herd using her phone light as well to try and get like a guide for them to go to.
All right.
So is Warren creating a distraction of some kind?
I will get to Warren in just a moment.
Go before the stuff to try and help guide them.
Okay, as you are trying to guide them out, I am going to need presence because all of you are trying to make a presence with them. And I'm going to give you some option on this. What do you feel is appropriate to mix with your presence roll?
Socialize with my specialty of confidant, maybe.
Okay. Harley, you said something, but I think you were muted.
May I de-escalate any of the stuff that are panicking?
If you do, I will add your successes to other people's die rolls, but if you get failures, it will subtract from their die rolls.
Cool.
So go ahead and roll that first.
How much does specialties add?
1 die.
1.
But you've also got some bonuses already. I think. Nope. You know what? I think you deserve a couple because of your good thinking here. I'm going to give 2 die to your die pool as a bonus as well. So roll 2 extra die. Yeah.
Thanks. I can use willpower too, right?
Sorry you're out of the game at the moment, Tony. I'll get back to you, I promise.
I can use a willpower on top of all that, right?
Yes, you can.
Cool. Let's go crazy. And then I haven't used my steadfast yet, so I won't subtract from anyone.
Okay,
promise.
if you were to get all failures, if you got no successes, you could use that to turn it around and make it a success. So that's your safety valve.
Nice. I'm rolling like 10 times. Okay. Y'all. Okay. Slushy. Thank you.
So has everybody else figured out what they're rolling?
No.
Don't roll it yet, but just okay. Yes, Eddie.
I'm just wondering on that subject, is getting them to follow me more of a, or sorry, is guiding them more a feat of knowing where I'm going or of just convincing them to follow me?
I'm good with either one.
Okay.
It's a little of both because Rebecca's marking the way. Penelope's got her light, which is going to help guide. So I'm going to give credit for that. But I just need an idea. Basically, the rolls you're doing are telling me how many of the stuff you're going to get out, how fast. That's what I'm looking for. Yes,
Then
Rebecca.
I'm going to do.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Eddie. I thought you. I apologize.
I was just going to do. Sorry, presence and persuasion, if I can.
Excellent. Rebecca?
Could I make an argument for presence athletics to gather as many as I can and just get them into the
dam? Absolutely. Harley, how did it go?
7.
7 successes?
Hell yeah.
You can deliver those to the other 3 players. They get to add dice to your pool. So you've got 7 dice. Tell them who you want to give them to.
Oh, I think I'd like to split them relatively evenly.
That's fine.
Is that the best mathematical choice? I think so.
2 each, and then one person gets 1 extra, I believe.
Yep, that would be if you did it equitably.
Yeah. So 2 to Rebecca, 2 to Eddie, and 3 to Penelope.
All right, Mr. Bilkins, please give me a resolve and stamina. And while you guys are rolling, I'll come back to you in just a moment. So just hold your numbers. Anthony, back at the house, your dad comes out of the room, and this is the first time you've seen him in anything other than a t-shirt and underwear. He's wearing his camis.
Dad, thank you for trusting me enough to do this.
Just tell me what the hell I'm doing, son. What's going on?
Do you know this bar, Dad? And I show him the text message that Bilkin sent.
Yes, son, I know every bar. You don't have to rub it in. I haven't been drinking.
No, Dad, it's not like that. He's there, and I don't know what the fuck he's up to, but he's up to no good. We have to stop him, and you can do that. What I need to do, you can't be there for. And I'm sorry. I know that there's a lot we need to talk about, but there's not enough time. You can get down there and you can get him out of the picture. I don't know what you need to do. Don't hurt him if you don't have to, but you gotta stop him from making this any worse than he already has.
He walks over, takes some keys off the key ring, and walks over and drops them in your hand. I don't even know if it'll start. Take the Hummer.
Yes, sir. And I'll try to give him a hug if I can.
Yeah. And he'll hug you and he goes, "Get the hell out of here. Your mom's on the way."
I'll be sure
just
and
go.
move quick.
Just go.
And I'll run to go grab the Hummer and try
All right.
to...
I assume even if it didn't start with your engineering skills, you would be able to get it started. Is there anything else you want?
I don't have a right state of mind to grab anything else. I don't think.
Okay.
I think he's just headed straight down to the warehouse.
All right. Very good. All right. As you guys gather them.
I got 2 critical failures, by the way.
All right. Thank you. For the rest of you, let me make a note here,
Is
Mr.
it too late? Is it too late to spend a point of willpower and try and add 3 dice to that roll?
If you already rolled, yes, you have to do it before you roll your die pool.
Dos.
Okay. Penelope?
I got 6 from that.
Okay. Rebecca?
8
8.
successes. Thanks to the
Right.
the 2 Harley.
All right. So you start shuffling these guys down, and they're various sizes. I mean, so you've got everything. I'm going to say that you've got 110 to get through there. Okay. And you were, so far, you've been able to get about 30. So about a third of them down into the hole. And then all of a sudden, the room lights up. There is an extremely loud noise. And I need all of you to give me a resolve and composure as the flashbangs go off.
Solid and composure. Yeah.
Just a
At
quick
the-
question. Did those
Yes.
last rolls count towards convincing them, or are they just...
They're convinced at this point. They're following what you say. This is a matter of how many can you rescue.
Oh, sorry, I've been tallying the convinced
Okay.
points.
They're convinced to go with you at this point. Mr. Bilkins, you're sitting at the bar and you're watching on the news as you see the police surround the place. You see gas grenades lobbed through the windows, followed by something else, and then suddenly loud noises and flashes, and people with riot gear line up at the front door. And then the world goes blurry. And then black as you pass out. Okay, 2, 2, 2.
2, 2, 2, 2. Cool.
So 10 total. 10 total. Okay. You all are able to maintain some composure. You're a little bit disoriented. This is going to slow you down a little bit on getting people out, but you're still able to shuffle some more of them out. And then you hear Warren yell, "You'll never take me alive!" And you hear the sound of a shovel raking across helmets and shields. And then the sound of gunfire.
Penelope, you have to get down there now. I can get the rest of them. Keep going, okay?
No. If you're staying, I'm with you.
No, I've got it.
I'm
Please.
trained in parkour. I can run fast. I got this.
Can you run faster than bullets?
I'll give it a go.
Yeah. Fine. Just keep moving. Harley? Has Harley already gone down? I don't know.
Yeah,
Nope.
you
Harley.
said that you guys were going last, so I assume no one has gone down.
No.
Harley, we're almost halfway done, please.
Harley, go down there and calm them.
I'd rather stay with you guys.
I know.
Can I push her in?
Of course, you can try. I will
you
say this
can.
conversation is delaying the amount of time. Warren bought you
Yeah.
a little bit of time before they come charging in.
She's like, Harley, go in. She says no, so she's going to try and push her in.
That's fine. I accept.
I'm scooping. I'm scooping.
You know,
while they're
I
doing
mean,
this.
I don't know if Tam wants you to roll, but I personally, I will say, if you begin to push Harley, she will go.
Okay, then we won't roll. We won't roll for that.
There's
You're
no need.
in. The three of you who remain, there are now less of you trying to navigate them into the pit. Give me your
Hey,
roll.
you went in front to navigate, right?
Yeah, I went before them.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's just me and Rebecca.
Okay.
All right, what are we rolling
Sorry, I
again?
thought everybody was hanging behind. My apologies. So, okay. So it's Rebecca and Penelope. Roll again for whatever you were rolling for your getting them out of here. It was a presence and something.
Yep. Presence
I'm going to burn a
and-
willpower on this, please.
Okay.
I will
Very
do the
good.
same, and I am almost out.
Yeah,
Willpower.
this is. I've got one more willpower left after this.
Same. 10,
Okay.
18. Okay, so 3 plus 2. Okay, so 4 successes.
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry. I rolled 2 10s, re-rolled, got 2 more 10s. All right,
That's
so
awesome.
4.
So 4 total. So that's 8 total. You're not able, it's slowed down because of all the confusion that's going on. You're not as able to get as many out. Before, where you were able to get quite a few, almost a third out, you've maybe got 15. So there's easily over half still here, including Mr. Stupico, Elisa, whatever name you want to give, Lovey, and Susie, the China doll.
The
Because
fast
Lovey
ones
is
pick up the
carrying
smaller
Susie.
ones, carry them to the front. The slower ones come here and we will throw you down. And she will literally be like throwing them into the sewer. The non-breakable ones. I'm not throwing a China doll, but the stuffed ones she is throwing like
Okay.
just down there.
You've only got 2 hands. So if you're going to throw, this is going to be a dexterity athletics.
I'll grow more hands.
If it looks like the police are gonna approach, that'll be when I shove Penelope in. So if it looks like they're actually,
because there
like,
was
the
a
SWAT team is
pause,
coming
more
in.
flashbangs come through, and you hear as the roller doors on the side of the warehouse go up.
Oh,
Those
shit.
flashbangs land in the middle of a group of stuffed, and when it goes off, it ignites them, and 6 of them burst into flame.
Jesus.
And you hear them scream in pain.
I got 6 successes.
Okay, so you're able to get 6 of them out of there.
Am I able to? No, I probably can't this round.
I will.
Rebecca, what did you roll for your getting them out?
Oh, let me reroll. I don't really. I'm gonna save my last point of willpower. 2 successes.
Okay. There's still 40 on this side. And Elisa looks over and says, "Thank you. Save who you can." And she charges towards the police officers who have come in the rolling door.
Can I try and grab her?
You hear the police officers yell, "Where's the bomb? Where's the bomb? Get on the floor! Stop! Stop!" If you change what you're doing, you will not be able to get more of them out. You have to make a decision. You're either trying to get them out through the sewers or some other action.
I mean, Penelope wants to grab Mrs. Pico slash Alyssa and Lovey.
Lovey is back near you.
Okay.
Mr. Stupico left him, Elisa Stupico left him behind and is running. So you will have to move out of your way to go, and we will have to see if you can catch Stupico because he took off.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Can I use my parkour for this?
You're trying to catch someone. You know what? Sure. Absolutely.
Because I'm trying to race over for it.
So, absolutely.
Dexterity, athletics, parkour.
Dexterity, athletics, parkour.
And I want to save my last willpower, but I think this is something that she would be very strongly willed about doing, so I am going to burn it. Are you kidding me? 3 successes.
You catch up and grab hold of Stupico, but you grab one of the threads, the black threads that runs along the outside, and it stretches and pulls, and the arm compresses. And Elisa reaches over and breaks the line, and it's there in your hand as she looks back and says, "Save them. They matter more." And then she runs to the side to get the police officers to point their weapons away from you as they open fire, and you see small pieces of fluff blown out as she continues to charge forward towards the police. Rebecca, are you still trying to get them out?
Yeah, but if Penelope was doing that, I would probably be moving towards her to grab her. Penelope, we gotta go!
New game plan. New game plan.
So in this case, you have lost time on getting them out. This is your last turn. You have 40 stuffed left in the room.
I want to try and buy some time. Arms up. I'm a hostage. I'm a hostage.
Okay. That is you're going to have to convince them a bit with this. So let's go manipulation, either expression or persuasion. Rebecca, what are you doing?
I'm going to go with persuasion. Can I please use my fame and striking looks?
Being that
Sure,
she's doing that,
absolutely.
I'll keep shoving them in. I assume the sewer thing is open, so hopefully some of them are jumping in as well.
Oh yeah, you've been shoving them down the sewer, so there's only about 40 left in here.
Okay, yeah, so I'm going to keep doing that while she buys some time, I guess.
All right, roll for it. Same roll.
2 successes.
All right, roll, no willpower. Oh, okay, 4 successes still.
Eddie's actually going to stand at the bottom of the, like, beneath the entrance to the sewer and, like, catch them as they're coming and try and beckon them further down.
Okay. You're able to get 10 more out. There's still 30 in the room, Rebecca. And you hear Ryland's voice. Officer Theron, on the ground!
She'll whisper, yell, "Play dead!" And she'll slam the sewer gate shut and put her hands up.
The 6 that were burning have stopped screaming. They're now a smoldering mass of foam and fur. The 30 remaining huddle close together. And you hear as the gunfire continues, as someone says, "They must be wearing body armor. It won't go down." And they shove with their shields and push Stepiko back, tackling him onto the ground. Unfortunately, he lands in the burning mass, being completely coated in scotch. He bursts into flame. Three of the officers who were tackling Stepiko to the ground are caught in the fire. Their clothing ignites, and you hear them yell as they begin to burn. What are you going to do?
Penelope is like on the ground, hands up, trying to make herself like as it's just like as innocent, almost like just please don't shoot, yelling she's a hostage. If Rebecca is close enough for me to be able to speak with her without them hearing, I don't know if she is because I ran ahead.
I think you'd be a little bit far away from them at this point.
That's fine. That's fine. If I am able to be kind of taken behind police lines, if they believe that I am a hostage, am I?
Don't tell me then. Let me handle that
fine.
in turn. I know what you're playing hostage. I know what you're doing. Rebecca?
I did hear them yell about a bomb, right?
Yep.
There's no bomb here, you idiots! What are you doing? She's got her hands up still. Ryland, handcuff me, I assume that's what you're gonna do. No weapons. You're good.
Anthony, you pull up and you see police cars surrounding the building. Smoke. Flames. The helicopter circles above. It shines its light on you for a moment.
Well, I can't pull in there. Uh, I guess I'm going to move to the back side of the warehouse. See if I can see anybody
In the
getting
vehicle,
out.
or so you're still in
Yeah, I'm
this
gonna
big
move in the
beefy. And
vehicle.
this isn't an H3. We're talking military surplus Hummer. This is the good one. So
Yeah. I'm gonna keep a distance from the police lines, obviously.
okay.
But I just want to swing around to the back of the warehouse because I need to see if these.
It is surrounded in all directions. You see no sign of your people or the stuffed outside.
In that case, I think I'm going to be trying to head back to the bar. It's the place where I know Bilkins is. My father's there. I don't know where they are. I'm going to try to text them. So I'll send a text to the group chat. Please tell me you guys have made it out. I have no idea what's going on. You're completely surrounded. I'm sure you already know. I'm going to try to get my hands on Bilkins, and then I'll take off in the vehicle.
Right.
Does Anthony have an iPhone or an Android?
iPhone.
Cool. While in the sewers, Harley has pushed her way to the front of all of the stuff as best as she could and is trying to lead them to wherever sewer point is closest to the dump. So she has her phone out and is using maps and is sharing her location with Anthony.
Okay. You get a text, Harley.
Cool.
It says, "Where are you? DM."
The sewers. And she's gonna send that emoji that's like an upside down smiley face.
And it says cross street.
I checked the map. Allow me to view Chicago. I don't know.
You can just say
Drexel or something.
this area, so you know. All right. We're gonna have to see just how lucky you are, Harley.
Oh.
I need a presence and a cult, please.
It's a good thing I took an occult, huh? I'm gonna use a willpower. Yes. Yes. I know we've been playing this game for like 10 sessions, but ones don't negate.
They do not negate
right?
this unless you get no successes.
Great.
That's correct.
Great. That is 5 successes then.
That is a dramatic success.
Yeehaw! Yeah. I'm still trying to find a.
You get a text that says duck.
Oh. Okay, I do immediately.
Eddie's down there with you, by the way. Are you going to tell him?
Yes. Everyone that's tall. Duck, please.
And then you hear a noise. First, it sounds like someone took a tree and ripped it in half. There's a pounding on the street above you that vibrates the tube of the sewer. And then the area above your head in about a 20-foot stretch is gone. A large hand rips through it.
What? Wait. What?
And you see this very large, well, the best way to put it if you had to go back to the books you'd seen as a child, you know where the wild things are?
Yep.
In the trolls?
Yeah.
Denny's sitting on the shoulder of one. And it just ripped that section of the sewer line out.
That Eli? No, it's not, because he was a birdman. Who is this?
And Denny says, "Come on. Where's
Oh, yes.
where's the rest of you?"
They're still in the stadium. They're trying to get out as many stuffed as they can.
I don't think we can get them out of there.
I trust their ability to. I would not have left them behind if I didn't. Well, I was also shocked,
Same.
but I wouldn't have left them behind if I didn't.
Holy
This
shit.
is plenty of help enough. Thank you.
Eddie?
Let's just get everyone that's already in here to somewhere safe, and then we'll regroup and do what we can. They still have their phones. We can try to contact them. It'll be okay. Thank you. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. I would say to the troll man.
Yeah. Yep. Good to meet you.
Is Denny still in human form?
Yes. So he's sitting there in his 3-piece suit on the shoulder of a troll.
Schmancy.
You know those guys, Harley?
Yes. This is Denny. He's the one I went to go talk to.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We can trust them. They're on our side.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, we've been.
Come on, I've only got rental on this guy for another 20 minutes. Come on.
Rental? Okay.
Just come on.
Well, we have to make sure that
how much is it to rent your own truck? Never mind. Let's go.
We have to make sure the stuff you're following as well. Everyone keep up as best as you can.
Come on.
I'm going to answer something in chat. I normally don't do this, but I'm seeing it. The police are a little bit busy with the terrorists and the bomb at the warehouse, so they're not exactly patrolling the streets. So no, they probably would not have heard this. There will be questions tomorrow, however. Back at the warehouse.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Back at the warehouse. Stepiko turns his head, and Penelope, you're the closest. And you hear a voice that's a combination of Stepiko and Elisa. And it says, "I'm sorry. Tell her I'm sorry." And his face ignites, and the plastic of his mouth melts. And soon there's just a pile of smoldering fabric. The police come in and grab you, Penelope. One of them has his hand on the back of your head, another one has each arm, and they guide you out of the building.
Thank God you saved us. Thank you. Playing it up big time.
All right, Rebecca?
While Penelope is still in earshot, she will yell out specifically to Ryland because she had heard his voice. Ryland, that fucker Bilkins went crazy. We don't know what he's up to.
And
there's no bomb here.
And your hands are put behind your back. You feel as the cuffs are put on, and Ryland walks up to you and says, "He says you were with the terrorists. Where's the bomb?"
There's no bomb, Ryland. There's no bomb. Bilkins lost it. I was afraid he was going to hurt somebody.
What's going on here? What's with all the toys?
I don't know. He was collecting them, I
And
think.
who's the guy in the bunny suit?
I don't know. Just bring the toys in as evidence, I guess. But he went nuts. I don't know where he is. I don't know what he was doing. I was afraid he had come here and was going to set off a bomb, but I can't. There's nothing here.
Whatever. Just guys, just What are the evidence of?
I don't know. Maybe they have something to do with his mindset or something like that. Just either leave them here or whatever. It doesn't really matter to me right now. I'm just worried. Where is Bilkins? Do you know?
Not yet, but we're looking for him. We'll find him.
Okay, good.
One of them takes each arm. They help you to your feet.
Thank you.
And you're staying cuffed till we know what's going on here. Put her in my car.
Yeah, I know.
And somebody rake these damn toys up before they feel. It's getting hard to breathe in here.
Tell me about it.
No, I don't care if they burn. Whatever.
So yeah, she walked with him back to the car, not resisting.
Okay. Penelope, you've been taken outside. You are taken to an ambulance that's waiting, and they sit you down, give you water, and they begin to immediately start checking you over.
At any point, would I have been able to get on my phone?
Not necessarily. If you're holding it, don't worry about your phone. It's okay. Just
please, my mom will be worried. I just want to message her, please.
Okay, let us check you, and then you can look at it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And somebody comes up, looks in your eyes. And we'll come back to you in a moment. Anthony, you see as Penelope is brought out. You recognize her. It would be hard to miss. She's the only one not in a police uniform and doesn't look like a stuffed animal.
I'm gonna send her a text. Don't answer now. Is everyone okay? I know your mom and dad are having troubles right now. I just want to make sure that everyone is safe.
All right. Bilkins. You wake up as somebody's slapping your face.
How fucked up am I? Scale of
pretty toasted. Pain meds and alcohol, strong combination.
Yeah. Who is it?
And you open your eyes and they take a moment to focus, and you see Mr. Reed.
Oh, it's you. Here, have a drink. I didn't finish this one quite yet.
Did you put our boy in danger, Bilkins?
He's with you at your home. I left him there. You're supposed to be our boy.
And at that, the woman from the photo that you had seen in the house walks over. She looks at you and says, "You endangered my child?" She takes a bottle off the table. Breaks it over the front of your face. You now have a broken nose, and you're going to take 2 lethal damage. Mr. Reed grabs her and holds her back, thinks about it for a moment, and hands her another bottle as you pass out. Those of you who have been pulled out of the sewers, Denny says, where are you headed?
The junkyard.
Yeah, we're just trying to get back to our safe house.
All right. Taps the troll on the shoulder. Benny, pick up as many as you can carry. Follow them.
Benny.
Wait, your names are Denny and Benny?
Benny and Denny. Sorry.
Look, I didn't name him. He's a rental.
Yes.
I understand. I'm just asking, do you have a third friend named Lenny?
Actually, yes, I do.
Oh, that makes me kind of happy.
All right, you guys
And,
better go. They said something about a bomb on the news, and I think I'm going to cover our tracks. And he walks over and pulls out a lighter and lights a fuse and says, "You better run."
Danny.
And he drops it down into the sewer and grabs up a couple of stuffed and starts running behind the troll, who's gathered up a bunch more of them. Are you standing or running?
Thank you. Harley will give him a kiss on the cheek and run.
I was actually going to say that Eddie was going to pull out his phone and text Penelope.
Oh, okay, you'll have time to do this if you'd like. What would you like to text her?
Okay. And ask, you okay?
So your phone beeps twice with 2 messages as they finish checking over, and they're like, okay, they put oxygen on you because you've had smoke inhalation. Now just sit here. We'll get you some coffee, water, something warm.
Thank you. Not warm water, please.
Right. Okay. So you have your phone now. You see a text from Anthony and a text from Eddie. Which one do you read first?
Probably the one that's at the top, which would have been Eddie's, because it would have been the most recent one. She will just respond very quickly with, "Yep, 1 min." Send. Then we'll go to Anthony. We'll see that, be like, yeah, all doing okay. Send. And then we'll hop over to WhatsApp. I'm saying the thing that can't be like, stuff's encoded, right? And we'll copy and paste like the same message to Anthony, Rebecca, Harley, and Eddie, hoping they have WhatsApp as well.
Okay.
WhatsApp, sorry.
yeah, that one, yeah.
And just saying, playing hostage, Rebecca arrested, think pinning it on Bilkins. Let us know when you're safe. I will try and get there as soon as I can. And in brackets at the bottom, delete this once you've read it. Oh, and I'll also put to Harley, tell Lovey I love him.
Harley does not know what WhatsApp is.
She never gets the message.
So
she
Eddie
never
will
gets
have
it.
to tell her.
She never gets the message. It's just lost. In a few years' time.
I'm going to roll a die to determine if Lovey's one of the ones that made it out or not.
I'm pretty sure we targeted him
He did.
specifically, though.
Yep,
yeah.
He made it out.
Okay.
Eddie will text back one thing to that group chat. It's just a single word. Maribel?
Did I see Warren as I was being taken out?
That was out another door.
Okay.
So you were taken out a side rolling door.
I would just respond with unknown.
So Rylan comes up and... All right, Miss Smalls. What's going on? I was told terrorists and bombs and... Look, I don't know who the heck was in that stuffed animal bunny suit, but how did they get out of it? Where did they go?
I don't know. All I know is that Bilkins took us here and he left us here. I'm very confused as to what happens. What happened? Is he okay? I know he has a bit of a drinking problem.
Do you have any idea where Bilkins is?
I haven't got a clue. He left us here. And that's when everything started to get weird.
So who was in the bunny suit and how did they get out of it? I mean, there's nothing in there but fluff. Oh, and this. And he holds up a wedding ring.
Oh, I think that was my my great grandmother's. I must have dropped it.
I'm sorry, it was in the middle of the bunny suit remains. It's going to have to go into evidence. And he drops it into a bag and seals it. Now,
Okay.
Miss Smalls, I'm going to ask you again. You were the closest person. Who was in that bunny suit? Because it charged my men and they shot it. And there's no body armor and there's no person, so they've got to have gone somewhere.
I'll be honest, I don't really know. I know that there's a lot of mechanical weirdness going along recently with these sort of toys. I maybe someone was controlling them like a mechanical thing. I mean, if Vilkins is the thing of this, what's to say he's not controlling these mechanical dolls somewhere else?
And about this time, about 4 blocks away, you hear a very loud explosion. What the? Oh, crap. He must have escaped down the sewers and took the bomb. Get the firemen over there. Go pursue that. Find out get the helicopter over there.
No,
You just relax, Miss Smalls. It's fine. We'll get you to the hospital. We'll put you in the room with your grandmother. It'll be fine.
No. I don't want to go to the hospital. I'm not.
You are going to the hospital, Miss Smalls.
I really don't. Please take my number. You can contact. I'm gonna try and leave.
If she tries to leave, arrest her.
Okay, I'm not gonna try and leave. Then, I guess.
A couple of minutes later, Rylan walks over, and he looks at you through the window of the car, and just shakes his head. He opens the passenger seat in the front and sits down and looking at you through the grate. Okay, what the hell's going on, Rebecca?
I'm telling you, Ryan.
We just heard a bomb explode. What's going on? Are you with these? Bilkins called. Okay, I think he's a little nuts. I never really thought he wasn't. I'm hearing reports that he set this up.
Oh, God. I'm sorry, Ryland. I've been doing this investigation, and there was some weirdness I was looking into, something about mechanical dolls. And I know that Bilkins had something to do with it, but he went nuts. He lost his fucking mind, Ryland.
What?
And I don't know.
Why was the guy in a bunny suit?
I have no idea. Maybe that was an accomplice. I didn't see him, especially once the fucking tear gas started coming in.
Bilkins called in and said you were with the terrorists. There's going to have to be an investigation. You understand that, right?
Yeah, that's fine, Ryland. Right now I'm worried about what the hell just went off.
Okay. Do you have any idea where Bilkins could be? He called from a payphone.
Payphone? I don't know. How long ago?
Half an hour?
Half an hour? So okay, so an hour. He could be in the downtown area. I'm not sure. He could have gone. He could have gone with Anthony Reed.
Wait, so Reed's in on it?
No, he was a hostage.
A hostage? All right. Just a minute. He picks up the radio, puts out an APB on Bilkins, and says he may have a minor with him as a hostage. Approach with caution.
Yes, please be careful.
All right, Rebecca, I'm going to take the cuffs off, but I need your gun.
I know.
I need your badge. We'll have somebody take you to the state. You know what? I want the ambulance guys to take a look at you. Penelope's going to be taken, the Smalls girl's going to be taken to the hospital. I'm going to have you taken with them. All
I
right.
appreciate it.
All right.
My lungs are a little messed up.
All right. So he
Yeah,
takes
here
your
you
gun
go.
and your
Badge
badge.
gun.
As paramedics come over and take care of you. Mr. Reed, you've seen a lot going down. What are you doing?
All right. Penelope's out front. There's no way I'm getting her from that. Everybody else is okay according to her message. That means we have nowhere to go but the junkyard.
You get a text. You get a text from your father. Your mom recognized the truck on TV. Ditch it. I'll report it as stolen. We don't both need to die today.
Yes, sir. I respond back with, yes, sir. I ditched the car. Presumably, I'll drive off somewhere near an alley and open the door out into the alley so that I'm not seen exiting the vehicle. I'm gonna send a text to not the group chat. I suppose I'm gonna try to text Eddie. Don't know what's happening. Need to know where to go. Penelope safe. Bilkins found by Dad.
All right.
Message is back. Junkyard.
So Penelope, Rebecca, I'm going to time jump us here a little bit. You guys are taken to the hospital, checked out, and they take you both up to the room with Miss Hamaker because it's just going to be convenient for Ryland and myself at this point.
Am I in a straight jacket yet?
No, you're not. I presume everyone except Bilkins, you will arrive at the junkyard with the stuffed. Denny's going to ask, what's the plan now?
How many stuffed did we save?
Out of the 110, you saved 68. Oh, pardon me. I did my math backwards. 88 the other way. Sorry,
That's better.
88.
That's better.
I subtracted instead of adding. That was bad on my part.
We lost 22.
I was really, really, really hoping you said 68 and was like, oh, I did my math wrong. 69.
Nice. So, what's the plan?
I will party at the safe house. We just kind of have fun and hang out.
Well, I mean, long term, you can't keep all these guys here.
I know. Well, I mean, we made a deal with Sage.
It's the only way. We gotta convince him.
Not old lady. Kind of
yes,
weird.
And Anthony and Eddie are here now. Or
Yeah, everybody will be there.
Okay.
Except for Rebecca and Penelope and Bilkins.
Oh, Penelope's not there.
Everybody except half of the cell.
Cool.
Yeah, and a bunch of stuff.
Eddie, to answer your question, and Denny to fill you in. So Rebecca, Anthony, and I went over the hedge to meet with Sage through the hedge. And she was quite the human being. And was very eccentric and but willing to work with us. And she wants us to get her a box.
Did she give you a
in
contract?
exchange, yes. Yes, Warren looked over
A
it.
box?
Yes,
Any box or a specific box?
a specific box.
Uh-huh. From Square.
Nowhere important, really.
Just the Vatican.
I'm, s- I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I thought I heard you say the Vatican.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
the Vatican.
The one with the Pope.
That's
Yes. Well, she referred to him as the poop. Actually, it was quite funny.
Oh, that's hilarious. You know what's not funny? That we all have to do this.
Yes, we do, or else you'll die.
So
it's a whole thing.
there's an important caveat to that. We
Oh!
have our entire lifetime to do it.
Yes, we do. We have a whole lifetime. And I figured, in comparison to the stuff that we've been dealing with recently, this would probably be easy.
So if that's our whole lifetime, then we're just going to die anyway, right? So we don't need to do it at all.
It would pass on
It pass
to
on.
next of
Down
kin.
our line. Yeah.
I have another question. How did
Sure.
Penelope and I end up signing a contract that we weren't present for?
Well, you see, the
I
funny
signed
thing
your
about-
names on your behalf because
What?
she needed us to sign everyone's names. But thankfully, Bilkins is also included. Well, I guess maybe not thankfully, because he might try to plant bombs at the Vatican as well.
I really don't. I really don't want him there. I'm going to be completely honest with you.
Yes.
I don't have great feelings about him right now.
But yes, yeah, we need to complete this, or else we will. Actually, I said die. It's more like eternal servitude to the High Court.
Oh, why do I get the feeling that's worse?
It's probably worse, but it's okay because we're gonna do it. I trust in our ability as a team, and we have many years to continue growing our skills and bonding as a group. And hopefully, Bilkin's next of kin is very kind and fun to work with.
I can't go to the Vatican. I'm a pizza guy.
That might be comfort.
That's fine. We don't want them to know.
Oh, I don't know.
But as much as all of this is really great to discuss, what are we going to do about Penelope and Rebecca? I mean,
they're with the police, right?
Yes. But that's not good. That just means they're not in mortal peril. They could end up in a nut house for all we know. I mean, and did we at least where are we on negotiations with this with the stuff? I mean, we can't
have the
keep them in the
contract?
junkyard.
Denny's asking, do you have the contract?
With us? I don't think we have a copy, no. I think only Sage does.
Oh, great.
No, you were given a copy to bring back to Denny specifically. You'd requested one.
Warren got one. Yes.
We'll say
Yes.
you're in possession of it because Warren wouldn't have walked out with that. So
Yes. Sorry, yes. It slipped my mind considering we've been in multiple near-death experiences. Here you are. And she'll fish it out of her
he will flip
utility
through
belt.
it. He will flip through it. So you got to rob the Vatican.
Yeah.
Well, the good news is, I think you can take these little guys home. Come on, let's get them. Let's get them someplace safe. Then we'll check on your friends.
Are they willing? Ruxpin? Is Ruxpin still, or Joey, or who's stepping
Joey,
up to?
Joey didn't make it.
Oh.
Ruxpin's there. He's a little singed on the corners, but probably doesn't smell too good from the sewers either. But he's there.
Ruxpin, dear, where are you?
You see a hand raise.
Lovey for president.
Who would you like to speak on your behalf?
And they all turn to Lovey, because why not?
Yay, there he is. Hi, Lovey.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Where's Penelope?
She's safe.
Yes, she's safe. She's not with us right now, but we're gonna get her back, and it's gonna be okay. But we're more worried about you guys right now. This isn't. You can't stay here forever. We need this place to just be our place, and we want you guys to be somewhere you can be happy. And this is not going to be that for you.
You said
We've
there was
secured a place
someplace.
for you.
I think we'd like to go there. I don't think we want to wake anybody else up. I don't think we want to be around people anymore.
I agree.
Very understandable.
Do you mind if we come visit you every now and then? I've promised as part of securing you a place to continue your education. We talked with Sage about perhaps bringing in teachers to teach some of you counseling skills or other skills. I think they may be hopefully employing you all in ways where you're, you can be useful in a way where you feel respected and like your talents are being used, and you won't feel forgotten. You'll have a place. So if you'll allow people to come in and teach you these things and help you create a loving society like us humans wish we could be.
And he says,
I'd like that.
give me a few minutes. And
Of
all
course.
of the stuff kind of squish into the far corner of the room. About 20 minutes later, after there's obviously been some debate, Levy comes back and says, we'd like to go to this new place, and we do appreciate what you've done, but we don't think we want to speak to you all ever again. We're
That's
done
fine.
with people.
That's fine. I understand. I do request that you give us one allowance to speak to you again, and that's whenever we get Penelope back. I think she'd like to say goodbye to you. Will you give her that?
We'll
She
consider
loves
it.
you.
We'll consider it.
Okay.
And Denny will say, there's no time like the present. Let's get them to the park. And let's take them to their new home.
How are we getting them to the park, Denny?
And he breaks out his phone. Can you guys drive a van?
We have a pizza driver. Yes.
All right. So he is going to rent 4 vans, big church bus style.
You're renting a lot of things, Denny. Do you need me to help pay?
No, I'm trying to impress you since we haven't gotten to go on our date.
Oh.
Your date?
Yeah. We'll talk. We'll talk. We'll talk.
Well, you don't have to. It's your business, but your date, I guess.
Mr. Bilkins, you wake up in the hospital, handcuffed to a bed. Policeman guarding the door to your room. And the TV's on the news channel. And it's talking about the terrorists and their mastermind, Alexander Bilkins. And the bomb that went off, and fortunately wasn't in a highly populated area, although there was major damage to streets, and a lot of houses got some damage as the sewer waters and gases exploded into the apartments around the area. What would you like to do?
Why? Where's my phone? Where's my phone? Give me my phone. I can prove it's not me. Give me my phone now.
A nurse walks in. Just calm down now. I'm glad to see you're awake. Don't make us sedate
I need
you
my
again.
phone. I need my phone.
They said to let you know that all of your items have been taken in as evidence. Once you have an attorney,
you have to go get it. They have a police officer. They'll destroy the evidence. You have to get my phone.
I'm sorry, but it's police evidence now. I will let the detective know that you're awake. They'll probably want to be transferring you to the prison cell at this point.
Prison?
Pending your trial.
No. I need my attorney. I need a phone.
I'm sorry, sir, but that's not going to happen.
I get a phone call. I know my rights. You can't hold me again.
Did his audio cut off or? Okay.
Yes.
it like cut off in the middle, and I'm like, whoa, okay. I'm sorry, sir. I will have a police officer come speak with you. And she goes out, and a few minutes later, Ryland walks in. Wilkins, glad to see you're awake. I will come back to Bilkins in a moment.
The God machine has answered our prayers. Bilkins speaks no longer.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. I must have bumped the cable.
Okay.
Ryland, what's going on? What happened? Did you get them?
Mr. Bilkins, I would like to inform you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you can say can and will be held against you.
Why are you talking like this,
You have the right to an
Ryland?
attorney. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
Ryland, what happened?
Your terrorist friend blew up a city block.
My terrorist friend? Where's the others? Where's Officer Theron and the others?
Officer Theron is upstairs, being treated for smoke inhalation.
Did they get the bunny? Did they get the bunny? Tell me, Ryland.
Yeah, your partner? No, he blew himself up with the bomb. I really don't understand the crazy guy from your gang that tried to attack my officers with a shovel.
I did it. I did it, Ryland. Get me my phone, Ryland.
I'm going to take that as a confession.
I did it.
And I'd like for you to know that this conversation's been recorded, and thank you for confessing. This will be used in court. We'll be transferring you to the prison unit.
I saved everyone. No, Ryland, you don't understand. I saved them all.
And Ryland turns and walks out the door.
Ryland, come back. I saved everyone, Ryland. I have the proof, Ryland. Come back.
And we're going to close down there with Bilkins as he demands a phone.
Wow.
And upstairs with Penelope and Rebecca. Miss Hemricker looks over and places her hand on yours. You're in the bed near her, and places her hand over for you to reach out to her.
I reach up my hand and hold hers.
It'll be okay, honey. It'll be okay.
How are you doing?
I miss him.
I have a message for you. And I know it's going to be hard to hear. So if you need me to stop at any moment, please tell me. I know about Mr. Stopico, and he says he's sorry. He had a reason for what he did. Would you like to hear it?
He looks off towards the ceiling and says, "You know, I remember our wedding day when Donald took me in our arms and we danced." And she begins to just talk about her life with Donald.
I just hold her hand as she talks about it.
You all take the stuffed through the portal to an area that's been set aside in the hedge. Nice little huts have been created for them. You're met by a little boy who has antlers and a small monocle that he wears in his eye. And he greets everyone, shows them all to their homes. And then at the end, he walks up. I'm sorry, I think there's some confusion, but the little black and white one says that he doesn't belong here and that he's supposed to go back with you.
Rebecca's not here. Eddie's here. Hello, Eddie.
Hey,
Do you think he has the golden heart? Do you think he's able to change any more stuffed animals? We don't want this happening again. That's part of why we.
I don't think you understand. The reason he didn't tell you himself is he had his insides replaced. He's not there anymore.
Are you kidding?
And he hands him to you.
whose insides are in him now?
Oh, just some straw and pieces that we had.
Okay. We'll take him
don't-
back. Oh, do you not want to?
No, I think we should.
That was his choice to make.
Yeah, I guess so.
Thank you. You'll look after them, right? They don't want to see us again, and that's completely understandable.
They'll be well cared for.
Thank you.
And as you are escorted out, the portal seals up behind you. The tree is solid. It's morning. The sun rises over a beautiful New Year's Day.
I don't know how I'm
Rebecca
gonna
and
tell
Penelope are released from the hospital. Bilkins, however, is carted away to a cell where he's in isolation because of his insistent rantings.
I did it. I'm Van Helsing. I'm Van Helsing.
I love it. Ryland slides closed the little door, looks over at Warden. I don't know. I think he's trying to cop an insanity plea. And you can hear Bilkins as they walk on down the hallway. The rest of you are back home. The stuff that remained sit in a crate in a police warehouse. Third shelf, fourth row, in a box labeled evidence. The rest of you are back at the safe place, convening after all of this has happened.
Hell of a thing. We're back, by the way.
Welcome back.
We assume multiple days have passed.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay.
Sorry. I was answering someone and nodding.
Yes.
So
No, you're good.
Yes.
Great.
Was there actually a bomb?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a distraction that I called in. Apparently I can do that now. I have someone who wants to do favors for me. Very interesting.
You called in a bomb?
Not intentionally. I called in a distraction and it came in the form of a bomb. I assumed I assumed for police to rush and crowd an area as quick as that and actually take Bilkin seriously, he must have had to have given something like a bomb threat. I mean, to have stun gas and everything like that. So I called Denny and I let him know that I thought that's what happened. And Denny brought a bomb to cover it up.
Wow.
Because he can just get bombs, apparently, and
Well, hey.
trolls. And anyway,
It all worked out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you've looked at the news, but when they talk about the dangerous terrorist, Alexander Bilkins.
Oh yeah, we heard about it. And the rest of the stuffed.
What happened?
They went over the hedge. The ones we could get out.
What about the other ones?
We'll get them.
Did you tell Lovey I loved him?
Penelope. Lovey. Penelope, I don't know. I guess I just have to show you. Eddie reaches into a bag and pulls out Lovey, or what's left of him.
At the sight of Lovey, Penelope thinks it's Lovey and is really happy and excited and runs over and gives him a huge hug. And she's like, "Oh, I'm so happy you made it alive. Thank you for staying. Oh, you did so well. Lovey?"
And he's just there.
Penelope.
You don't have to play anymore. It's fine.
Penelope. Lovey's not there anymore. It's just a doll.
What happened to him?
He made a sacrifice for you. Out of love.
Well, he's still there. They could see when they knew.
He took his insides out.
So he can't.
What? Why? Why did you do that?
Hi, Kat. They we got them to agree to go to the space that we made for them. And Lovey actually was the one chosen to take charge and make that decision because of the passing of Alyssa
Right.
and Mr. Stupico. And so he decided to take them there, and we gave them that space, but he didn't want us to come back.
They didn't want us to come back.
All of the stuffed agreed that it would be best for them to not interact with a human or any of us ever again.
Okay, but then
And
why did he take his insides out?
I requested that there be one exception made, and that you would want to say goodbye to him, and for them to allow at least that. None of us would ever have to see them again, but at least you say goodbye. And he said he'd consider it, and the next thing we knew, this is how he was.
Lovey,
It was his choice.
he made his own decision.
He loved you. He loves you. And I think he knew that he couldn't stay here living like that, but he didn't want to be living and not have you there as well. So he did this. But I know you, and I know that you're going to treat him as if it's no different. And I think he'd like that. I think that's what he wanted.
There's a knock on the safe house door.
Security.
There's no way that's Bilkins. Rebecca
I
will
would go and check the security.
draw her sidearm.
It is the owner of the junkyard, and he's got a package, and it's for Penelope Smalls. She apparently listed this as her address with the police. And he hands it over to whomever answered the door.
Oh, yeah. It's for you, Penelope.
Okay. I open it.
Be careful, please.
Deep breaths, just
Inside is a small wedding ring.
They when they took me out, they said they found this. And she'll hold it out. I think it was inside Mr. Stupico, or he was carrying it.
Wait.
I assumed it was my great aunt's, so I said it was mine and that I was carrying it. I guess they returned it.
What material is that ring made out of?
Gold.
Gold.
wait. Put that in Lovey.
Wait, no.
Are we sure that's a good idea?
Oh, hold
Isn't
on.
that how this all started?
Yeah, I don't know.
Even beyond that, even if that has nothing to do with how this all started, you can't do something like that. That's not right. That would be like trying to bring back the dead, and that's asking for problems. How do you know it'd even be him?
Yeah, I think
It wouldn't be Lovey, it would be Mr. Stupico if it was one, but I'm pretty sure he was alive before they got married, so I don't think it's that.
um,
Mm.
can I do something for you, Penelope?
You can do the cool thing. And she hands it to her.
Will that be enough instead of
Harley,
putting it inside the bear?
she sets it in your hand, and immediately the world goes sepia toned. You see a woman sewing a large bunny rabbit. And there's a little girl, just 3-4 years old, sitting across from her. And she's telling her that she's going to have to go away for a while. But it's okay, Florence. You're going to go somewhere. They'll take care of you. And Mr. Stupico will always be with you. And she picks up a bloody ring, places it inside the rabbit, and sews it up. She hands the toy to the little girl, picks her up, and as she walks out the front door, you see the body of a man, bloodied, lying dead on the floor behind her. And you're back.
Penelope.
Mm-hmm.
I know a little bit of your family history. From you and your mom. I know that there's been other deaths in your family, tragic ones.
Mm-hmm.
This ring belonged to him. And the moment after he died, it was sewn into that bunny. And this bunny was supposed to protect your mom after she was sent away.
Great aunt. Sorry.
Great aunt!
Do you think that's what gave Mr. Stupico life then?
I guess so. I think so.
Well, I'm not going to put it inside Lovey. But I'm going to keep it.
Of course, you should.
And with the necklace that Penelope wears, she takes it off and threads the ring through it and clips it back on, so it's on there as well.
Mm-hmm. Anything you guys would like to say before we close out scene and close out with the final scene of the game?
Just a
Denny,
warning.
my main man. Ugh.
I
Wow.
need help getting Mary Bell back.
Yeah.
Any news of Warren?
No.
Well, I guess there's only one thing then.
She and I are going to pour one out for him.
We need to break into the police evidence lockers and get back Maribel and the bears.
And
Yes.
Right there with you.
possibly delete the messages off Bilkin's phones.
The goal.
Yeah.
Practice for the Vatican. This is great.
Oh yeah, tell me about this Vatican thing that you sprung on me.
We'll
Penelope,
talk
it's
about
a
it.
long story.
Yeah,
Let's
we'll
do
get to
this.
it.
So as the description goes on, I'm going to put you guys on hold, fade to black. The light comes up in a courtroom. Alexander Bilkins, you have been charged with terrorism, public endangerment, and he lists a long line. How do you plead?
I plead unequivocally not Guilty.
All right. The case will be remanded over to trial. Mr. Bilkins, you will be held in the county jail until such time as your case is brought to trial. And the hammer goes down. And with that, we will close out. Fade to black. Players, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this tale as much as I enjoyed telling it with you. We're not going to do beats this evening. Everyone gets 3 XP as we have wrapped up Stuffed Season 1. We will be back for everyone who can make it back to the table. We will be back in the future. And I think it'll be a few weeks from now as we have another stream coming up that'll be starting April 5th called The Weird West, which will be another Chronicles of Darkness set in the Dark Eras 2 in the Wild West around the turn of the century. So with that, thank you, players. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a storyteller for you. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. I have loved this. Even Bilkins. I've loved it. Thank you, viewers, for joining us. I hope you enjoyed our tale. And I hope you will join us again next time on here. And you will continue to watch other streams on the Onyx Path Twitch channel, where they have a lot of great things. Haunted Chronicles, you can find us on YouTube under Haunted Chronicles. And we also have an ongoing stream that's been running for a while, the Black Death Chronicle, that is running on McStabber Studios, and that's tomorrow night as we continue that. It started during the bubonic plague outbreak in the 14th century in London, and now they are in 200 BC China. It's a long story. But with that, anyone have any announcements or anything? Chops, if you would, please.
So first, thank you for everyone watching, and thank you for running a great game for us, and thanks to the rest of the cast for being great to be around. But I want to take a moment to tell everybody your mental health is a very important thing. There's a lot of craziness going out in the world without wild stuffed animals trying to take over. And sometimes we can feel like we end up backed into a corner where it's only our problem to deal with because we don't want to share it with other people and make it their burden. Maybe we're ashamed of the things we've done or too proud to admit that we even need help. But I want to tell you that people would much rather hear about what's going on in your life. Your friends and family care about you a whole lot, and they absolutely want to hear about what's going on rather than something happening to you and then finding out about it later. Now, you might find yourself in a position where you can't turn to your friends or your family. There are resources available for you out there 24/7 and for free. Please don't hesitate to talk to them. They're not going to judge you. They're not going to make fun of you. They're going to hear what you have to say, and they're going to do their best to get the resources you need to help you. It's okay to need help. We all need it sometimes. There's nothing to be ashamed of with that. And I can't encourage you enough. Don't face it alone. It is hard enough as it is. You don't have to be alone.
All right. Again, thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, players. I look forward to seeing you at the table again in the future. Don't throw your characters away, because there is a season 2 of Stuffed.
Season 2, robbing the Vatican.
Season 2, date with 10.
Season 2, what about that damn ring? Season 2, freedom of the bears. Season, I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Ah, fuck.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Night.
Good night, y'all.
Night.